let's get amongst it. Let's give it the call. Because we have a salty boy in the chat. All right, making the call. Bloop, 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 bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Oh, here we go. Hey, what's up, dude?
Hello, how are you?
Good. I'm so sorry for the delay.
That's all good.
Vipermon was just holding everyone up. I'm so sorry about that. Vipermon just held everyone up.
Classic Vipermon.
Yeah, classic Vipermon. I know. You gotta love him though, right? You gotta love him. How you been? What's been happening?
I'm good. I'm really nervous to be on your podcast for some reason.
No, you're not.
I literally am. I don't know why. Like I legit have been streaming for so long and I'm never nervous, but just to be on someone else's stream with like a new audience and new people, it's like nerve-wracking.
100% though, because I was on Twitchy Coffee's podcast, the only podcast I've ever been on as a guest, and I was nervous as hell. So I totally get it. And we share like a lot of the same community. So I don't know why. I was like a little bit like, ooh. Like the hour before I went on, I was like pacing the house. Just like, I don't know.
I know. I was like sitting here like, oh my God.
I probably wasn't making it easier. I only made you wait like 25 more minutes. Just so I could get clout. That's how
it's cool.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, let's get underway. Everyone, my very special guest today, episode 17. It's crazy. Episode 17 today.
Crazy.
That is crazy. Very special guest today, Bronkyy. Everyone, make it feel welcome. Hey! I still haven't got my my clap sound effect, my crowd cheering.
Your clap sound. Oh,
yeah, I need like a sound. I'm gonna say it every podcast until I actually get it done. I need like a sample. I need a stream deck. Do you fuck with stream decks?
I really want one, but I feel like there's probably no point for me because I don't really like switch between scenes that often.
Yeah.
Or like I don't really use like sound effects and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a fair call. See, neither did I. And now all of a sudden I'm like, but now I feel like it's always weird me clapping just by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like I need like to make it like there's an audience here. Because I know the chat would be clapping if they were here, if they could.
Of course.
I did think it'd be kind of fun at some point to have one where I get like just a whole bunch of people in Discord just for the start so they can all cheer and I kick them out. But I mean, have you ever done?
You could record them doing that.
Oh, that's a great idea. Oh my God, it's gonna stop. I'm so sorry. Joel, thank you for the sub. But it's always the first one I forget to turn the notification off, and I always get blasted, and everyone else does, and they're probably like,
well, at least it happens in the beginning.
That's right. Well, sometimes it happens like midway through. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Have you ever had that? Have you ever had like you leave your OBS open? And then all of a sudden, like someone will follow, and you're like, "What the hell
I
is
actually
that?"
I have a funny story about that.
Oh, please tell.
Okay, so like when I very first started streaming, I was like, I didn't really know, like I had no idea what I was doing when I first started. I started I started in like 2017, so a long time ago. And I remember I was just sitting there like with my dressing gown, no makeup, hair up in a bun, like I had no idea what I was doing, just like playing around with settings. And all of a sudden, people were in the chat just like, are you meant to be live? And I was like, oh my God, no. So I had literally gone live by accident.
Oh, you did
one of those. And I had no idea I was live. It was terrifying. And I quickly like turned it off and I was like, oh my God. I like deleted all the VODs. Like,
holy shit, you've done one of those. I've never done that, but it's one of my biggest fears.
It's terrifying.
I mean, Ninja did it only like a week or so ago, and he has and you know how he gets like tens of thousands of viewers. So he started up, and he was sitting there for probably about 5 minutes, just like, and it was like 5 a.m, and he's like eyes are hanging out of his head, and he's just like, and like not looking how you'd want to look, and people are just like, hey Ninja, what's up, dude? And then all of a sudden he realized, like, I did not mean to be live, and then he'd like shut it down. It was so awkward. How'd you manage it though? Like, how'd you manage to go live? Do you have like a hotkey to go live, or?
I honestly don't know to this day. I feel like maybe it was a hotkey or like a setting or something that I didn't know about, and then maybe I just like hit it when I was playing around with stuff. But it was terrifying. I think only maybe like 2 people came in the chat, so it was fine. But
oh man,
like yeah.
And that was like. Did you say that was like when like early days? Like that was what like really early days of streaming?
Yeah, in 2017. I started in July, so around then sometime. Yeah.
Man, you've blown up real quick. You've had a real quick come up. You've done like what I've done in like 3 different years in like a year. Wait, what would that be? Like coming up.
Well, it's 2019 now, so
I guess shit. Yeah, time is
almost like 2 years.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's the come up been like? Has it felt like kind of cruisy for the minute? Like, have you had like ups and downs, or do you feel like it's been pretty like, do you feel like it's been a bit of a weird ride?
Well, for me, I started and I knew like most people, like I didn't really know much about it. And I kind of just thought it'd be fun to stream. So I started, and then obviously when you start, you have like no viewers at all, like none. Yeah. So I was just kind of streaming for the fun of it. And then I took a huge like 6-month break. I was like, whatever. And then I really got into it, I think January of last year, so 2018. Yeah, right. And basically from then, like I streamed pretty consistently all the way up until like now. I've only really ever taken maybe like 1 week off the whole entire
good
time.
Effort.
Yeah, actually, maybe when I went to America, I took like 2 weeks off. But for the most part, like I haven't really taken a huge break off. But like it's hard, and I've been also streaming during times where it's been like really difficult in my life. Like I went through a really bad breakup at the end of last year.
Oh right.
And I was streaming through that. Like
really.
For me, my stream like really like helped me, and it kind of like being able to talk to people about stuff and like vent about stuff was really helpful for me. So it's been a bit of a struggle because I feel like for so long I wasn't really getting anywhere, but I feel like now I'm slowly getting the hang of it and slowly getting there.
It's always a process. I mean, I feel like even after like almost 3.5 years, I feel like I still just don't know what I'm doing all the time. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, I feel like only recently, like with this podcast, I kind of finally figured out what I wanted to do with it. Because I feel like I was searching for like 3 years of like, what do I want to do on this platform? Like, where do I want to take it? Do you have like a vision of like where you want to end up? Like, or you just kind of like just doing your thing and just loving the ride?
Yeah, I think, just kind of doing my thing. Like, I want my stream to be a place where people can come to and we can all have like banter with each other and we can all like hang out and just kind of like have fun and like enjoy the time together, I guess. Yeah. And if someone, is going through something, we can all rally together and support that one person. And
fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of like how I vision my stream being in a way.
Yeah, that's wicked. Yeah, no, I feel like that's the best way to be. I feel like it's, you know what, I've had a couple of times, not to shit on people, but recently where I've just gone into people's streams and there's like, just no community there. You know what I mean? Like you say hi, you're like, hey, what's up, streamer? What's up, chat? And no one says hi to you. Like no one in the chat cares you're there. Like no one's like, hey, new guy.
And it makes you not want to stay as well.
Yeah, it does. And I'm always like, what? But when the streamer even is like, hey, dude, what's up? And then it's just kind of like, there's no real, or they'll just they'll just say, hey, such and such, but they won't even ask you how you're doing. That's always the thing that blows my mind. But you've definitely got a very warm, like inviting community. Like I feel like whenever I go in there, I always feel welcome, which I've always loved that. No, 100%. But okay, so the thing is as well, like you said, you had a breakup at the end of last year. So like not that long ago.
Yeah, not long ago at all.
I feel like most people would most people would be like, I'm out of here, I'm taking a break. Like
it was traumatic.
Yeah. Like did you have any moments on stream where it was just kind of like, surely you did. You mustn't have let that show. I don't think, like I wouldn't have.
Well, the thing is, for me, it was like I would be dealing with that during the day, and then at night I would come on stream and I would just kind of like, I wouldn't even discuss it really. Like I would just play the games and I'd like hang out with my friends, and it was kind of like an escape, I would say. Like it was, a place for me to go, and sometimes I'd talk about it, like I'd bring it up sometimes, but for the most part, I just wanted my stream to be like the one positive thing in my life, like at that moment, which it was, and like people in my chat, that are my friends now, like really, really supported me and helped me through that time. So I'm like so grateful.
I think that's the thing. It's like, it can go either way with streams. Like you're just like, I don't want anyone to see me right now. Or it can just be like that place that people do find it as an escape. I still don't know how it is for me. Sometimes I'm like, is it an escape or is it like, because I feel like for me, I kind of like put a lot of, like when I kind of, I don't know, when I stream, like I can stress about things, you know what I mean? I'll be like, is this going well? Am I doing good? Does anyone like me yet? So it's like, I can, sometimes for me, it's like, oh man. So I take heaps of breaks. I feel like I overwhelm myself. I wish I could stream with that kind of mindset of like, it's almost like I feel calm and relaxed doing it. I feel like whenever I stream, it's a whirlwind. I feel like I'm like just a complete mess. No one probably knows it, but I'm always like non-stop.
Well, to be fair, like, of course I have moments where I'm like, oh, like, I gotta like put my makeup on and do my hair and stream, and it's kind of like I don't like really feel like it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but then when I like put the camera on and I'm sitting down and talking, I always feel better. So it's kind of like
makes it all worth it. So that's the best way to be. No, 100%. That's like the best fucking way to be, where it's just like, see, I kind of wonder if I'm a natural at that point. I'm like, am I not a natural at this? Maybe you've got the natural.
No, I think you just put too much pressure on yourself.
Maybe I do. Maybe I put too much fucking pressure.
You just need to relax.
Yeah, I need to chill. I don't know. As much as like, I feel like I'm a chill person, but there's things that I'm just not chill about. I'm like, man, am I? Yeah. So I think streaming just can really streaming can definitely make you learn a lot about yourself. Like, have you felt like since you started, you've learned like things about yourself?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like even just the way I interact with people.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you learn a lot.
You see a lot of like people like come on Twitch and they're so shy. Like I've seen people come on, like, you know, I found them like super early on and they've just been so fucking shy. You're going to be like, hey, and they're like, hey, what's up? And then they're like, you know, and you can tell they're not being rude. They're just shy as fuck. But,
well, what I was going to say is, sorry to interrupt you.
No.
But just, for me, I feel like it's the opposite. Like, I'll go onto someone's stream and they'll be super energetic and, like, seemingly outgoing, and then you'll go to PAX or something and meet them, and they're really shy and, like, in their own shell.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of the way I look at it, because a lot of people are very, very shy in person when you meet them. Yeah.
What do you think you're like? Because I met you at PAX, right? And I feel like... Yes. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you what I thought. I'm gonna ask you what you think. Do you reckon... I'll tell you after what I thought. Oh, because so juicy. Okay. So juicy with my thoughts.
Okay.
But what do you think you're the same person when you go to like PAX? Do you think you're like what you see is what you get? Like, do you feel like you are shy at like events like that, or do you feel like you're pretty much the same person?
I think for me, when I go to events like that, I'm very much myself. But I will say that PAX, when I met you at that party, I was not having a good time. I was very, very sad. That's when I was going through a lot of my breakup in a lot of situations.
See, there you go. Because I was going to say, I wouldn't have fucking realized
Really?
that. Yeah. So there you go. Because it's funny, like, I constantly, like, I'll go to PAX. Because, you're I would say you're very much what you see is what you get.
Person. Oh, okay. Well, that makes me feel good. Because
whenever I go to PAX, I'll, like, meet someone I haven't talked to before. And I know in my head that they probably didn't notice that I was weird or anything, but I walk away from almost every conversation going, I was weird on that one. I was like, that was awkward.
I do that too.
Do you do it as well? It's such a weird feel. Like, you're like, I know that I wasn't weird, but I'm sure I did something weird at some point. I don't know. And PAX is a whirlwind. You meet so many people there that you've maybe already met before, or people that you haven't met. Man, I don't know. I love it, but I struggle with it in a little way. Like, do you struggle with big conventions, or do you thrive on it?
I mean, I'm alright. I get like a little bit claustrophobic when there's like a lot of people.
The last
in a
PAX
room.
was like a perfect storm for that. It was like you could barely breathe. Yeah.
Like I get anxiety a little bit, but no, I don't really get social anxiety. I get more anxiety around stupid things, just like overthinking and you know, just like your general sort of anxiety. But when it comes to social situations, I'm pretty good. Like I feel like I'm alright.
So I'm gonna say maybe that has a little bit to do with, because I was very lucky to stumble upon this.
Oh no!
Now let me just say the title right. Miss Diamond Australia 2017. Congrats!
I thought you were gonna ask about that. Yeah,
I had to fucking ask. We haven't had. So wait, it's like a beauty pageant. Is that what it would be under? Like, is that the official title for it?
Well, I wouldn't say beauty pageant. I would say pageant.
Pageant. Yes. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
So just imagine I'm like completely out of the loop here. I've seen Miss Congeniality, great movie. Sandra Bullock. That's about it. That's my knowledge on it, and that's probably a very skewed perception of it.
Yes, very much so.
I saw on your Twitter you had the sash and the crown, and I saw as well on one of your last streams you were showing off the crown. It looks heavy as fuck, by the way. So
I was actually light, but yeah.
Oh really? God, they make it look like it weighs. I mean, because you know, like when the more it weighs, the more it's worth. It's kind of like the general kind of thing. So how did that all come about? So I'm guessing like a lot of confidence on Twitch has probably come from that. Or where did that start before Twitch? Like, I'm just curious about how the fuck I myself will get into a pageant, because I saw there was a King Diamond.
There is a Mr. section. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Maddie, you should enter next year.
I'm like, that could be a good meme. Like,
yeah,
I don't
actually.
know, mate, I could beat that kid. I saw the one kid. I'm like, I could fucking beat him. Yeah, I'll take that. Give me that crown. So I don't know. I'm like,
rip it off his head.
this is my crown. Give it here. So I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to see what the kind of require. Like, how'd you get into that sort of scene?
Well, so I've been competing in pageants since I was 13. So I'm 21, going on 22 now. So like I've been competing in them
almost
for
a decade.
Like a long ass time, yeah. But I never really talked about it on the stream up until like this year, just because I don't know why, but I kind of wanted to keep the two separate, just because it's not like you're like, for a Twitch streamer girl, like you don't expect her to be like competing in pageants, and then for someone competing in pageants, you don't really expect that girl to also be a gamer and a nerd. So it's like I kind of like wanted to like keep the two separate for some reason.
Yeah, right.
But then this year I was like, no, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I this is who I am. Like, whatever. So I just kind of went into it. Even actually in the interview, there's like an interview portion of the pageant. I even talked about Twitch to the judges in the interview. I was explaining what I do.
Is the interview like what you see, like where, you know, you get up on stage and there's a whole bunch of people watching it? Or is it like,
it can be like that. But in the one...
Like
in the one I did, there was a few like on stage sections, but this was like off stage. This was like in a room with like 4 judges sitting down, and you go in and you sit down and they ask you questions. And
do they do
like
the
that.
standard, like, what is it like? What do you want to see? What do you want the most in the world? And you're like, world peace. And if you don't say world peace, you're fucked. They kick you out of it.
I mean,
is that
look,
like a
I'm
standard?
not gonna lie. Some pageants are like kind of like that. Like you get like Miss Earth, for instance, which is all about like.
If you don't say world
the
peace,
environment,
that's game over.
So it's like that sort of stuff.
Because isn't that Simpsons joke where they're all like saying world peace or something? I don't know. I think there's an episode and they will have to say world peace.
I feel like there's an episode of The Simpsons for everything.
There really is. You know what? That's actually fucking true.
Yeah. No. But yeah, like the pageant I entered, it's just like it's not like you have to be like the perfect like petite little model figure or whatever.
Yeah, right.
It's just like embracing like who you are, sort of thing. And I've been competing in them for so long, and I thought it'd be fun to enter, so I entered. Yeah, awesome. And I ended up winning, which was like not expected at all. But you know, it happened. And here we are.
So what's it like? How many people compete in stuff like that? Like, how many people are you up against usually?
This one wasn't too many. I was up against like I think like 7 girls. It wasn't many.
It must be. I mean, that's still like a good handful of people that you smashed into the fucking ground. But like, for real, like...
And I beat them by a lot, according to the points.
Oh my God.
I'm happy with that.
Humble little...
That's my humble little brag.
Destroyed them. Just fucking destroyed the... Okay, just into the fucking dirt. Okay, so, I mean, obviously there has to be losers.
Yeah. I've lost a lot.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I've lost a lot. I haven't won much. I've actually gone and competed in America twice.
Really?
Like in an international pageant, yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Which, that pageant you're up against, like, 60 other girls in your division. Like, it's a huge, huge pageant. And, like, it's, like, pretty hard to win that. Especially up against, like, American girls who are, like, they've been raised from babies to be.
Yeah, you see those shows, aren't there? Those shows where they've like they put their toddlers into it or some shit.
Like the glitz little. Yeah, I'm not really into that. Yeah.
Super odd. I don't know. I find it very, very weird. They get them prancing around and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, like the thing is, they have pageants like that in Australia, which are like the little children's pageants, and like those ones are better in Australia because it's not like America. Like they're not forced to wear like fake teeth and like tan and do all this stuff. Like here it's way more relaxed. Like little children are like they're not taught to be anything other than little children. Like they go on stage and they just do it for fun.
Which I think I think that's all that.
And it's a confidence thing. So
because I could imagine surely those kids that like the ones on like those shows. I mean, fuck, possibly they'll peak when they're like 3. And then they'll be for like the next 80 years of their life being like, what have I become? They eat their fucking cheesels and they're sitting in their 1-bedroom apartment alone. They're like, Why did I get all the hot men? I don't know. Just what fucking ex-pageant winners think about.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, like, can you imagine that? Like, I mean, do you reckon there's some dangers in that? Or do you reckon it's like, yeah?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think a lot of those girls probably grow up and have a lot of body issues, and like they probably struggle a lot with their self-appearance.
Because there's like a lot of pressure put on for that. I'm surprised it's a thing. Like I get it if you're like a certain like age where you get it a bit more, but like kids, man, that's so young. Like, and I just think, man, that's they would. Like, when
it's so expensive too. Like, really? They spend tens of thousands of dollars on their children just going into these pageants.
Because it's really like that age is like the parents are trying to live through their kids. Like at that age, like it's like, I mean, surely a lot of the mums are like ex-pageant competitors. Is that would you call them competitors? Is that it's like
competitors?
Yeah. So I think, I mean, this is me literally going off like a trash TV show. What is that fucking show called?
Toddlers and Tiaras.
Oh, that's the one. Toddlers and Tiaras. Yeah.
I totally haven't watched every single episode.
I can tell. Yeah, you just guessed that. That was just
I just guessed that.
Yeah, because I know Tay was watching it for a bit, and every time I walk past, I'd be like, that's pretty full on. Be like all these guys, like, and they're taking photos and shit. I'm like, okay, I trust them with my kids. Yeah, but I mean, I totally get it, like in the older ages of it and whatnot. But man, I don't know. Like, what's the defeat in something like that? Like, is it just like you kind of just shrug it off and go, fuck that, or is it?
It's pretty hard because in the ones I compete in, normally I compete in like national or international pageants, which you spend like 6 months or even more preparing for this pageant. Like, you're training, you're practicing, you're getting everything organized, you're putting money, time, and effort into it, and so to not get what you've been, like, I guess, dreaming of it's pretty hard. But you know, the thing is, as long as, you know, you can, if you lose, you can have a little cry about it, it's whatever, but as long as you're happy for the winner, then I think that's the main thing. Because when it's your time to win, you want people to be happy for you. That's kind of the way I look at it anyway. No,
that's actually like super true. That's super true. I mean, you kind of go, well, my time will hopefully come up and hopefully people won't be like, fuck this guy. But but it's the same as like those bodybuilding competitions. You know, the people that fucking we just got a juicy host, by the way.
Nice.
Pixelate Tori, thank you for the host. Absolute legend. Appreciate it. Welcome to all the pixel heads. Oh my god, what, that is like a whole next
Wait, you don't know how to do that one?
No. I'm not doing that right. That's got oh, my fingers do not do things. Ladies! It's got to be this way, right? Oh, that is so
yours looks wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, just you win a pageant.
I don't know.
You win a pageant, and then you can tell me my fingers.
How many love hearts can I do? Ooh.
I mean, that's insane. I've never even thought of. Have you ever invented something like that and been the first to like do it? Like, you know what I mean? Like we're saying that people start doing.
I mean, you know this thing where you go like this, that thing, right?
Sure.
I can do it without even doing I can just go.
I got this. Oh my god, I fucked up somewhere. I didn't read the instructions. It looks like it's
Wait.
Oh my god. People, okay, I saw someone on a stream the other day trying to do, what was it? It was they would go thumbs up. It was like they had to like, but they had to switch from like that, I think, to like like something like that, but do it I don't know. It was something really,
okay.
And I could not figure it out. Maybe it's like things like that just make me feel stupid. It's like, thanks, people that make irrelevant, pointless things on the earth that make me feel dumb. Yeah, man. Well, you were going to say something a second ago. I think I cut you off to ask you about, have you ever made something? I think you were about to say something.
I don't remember. See, the thing about me is I have the worst memory ever.
Oh,
so
I do too.
If you ask me about something, I'm going to be like, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have the worst recollection. Like a minute after I've asked something, I'll forget. I've done this plenty of times as well. Like more so back in the day of like when people had watches and you'd say, hey, what's the time? Do you have a time on you? And they'd be like, oh, sure. And they tell you the time. And then you'd realize a minute later you weren't paying attention. Like a minute later, like a second after you ask them, you're like, hey, shiny things. And you just forget that you asked for the time. And then you're like, wait, what's the time again? It was like, I don't know. I feel like I don't do that now. Everyone's got their phone these days, so no one needs to check it. But yeah. Okay, so pageants, right? So no, I was gonna say about the people that do the bodybuilding competitions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that shit's insane. Like they obviously like work incredibly hard for that, and there's a lot of money that goes into it, like the food and all that, and the training. Like I remember I photographed a wedding of a guy that had just done a pageant, not a pageant of you do
maybe
you,
he
boo.
has.
You do you, boo. But yeah, he did a fit man pageant. We'd call it that. Wait, what do you call those? The strongman anything like that?
Bodybuilding.
Bodybuilding, that's the one. So he did one of those, and he was just coming off his shredded, because it was like a week before that. We saw the photos and he was shredded. Like this guy was like nothing on him other than like bone and muscle. And he would like walk for hours a day on the treadmill. Like get towards the end just to get rid of like the last bit. He like wouldn't even drink that much water, I'm pretty sure. It's just insane what they do to their bodies. But then when we shot him at the for his wedding, he had like his own plate, no joke, of Krispy Kreme donuts stacked about that high, and he was just shoveling them down. He got fat after that wedding. He just became fat, and I was like, yeah, I would probably too, dude. After that, like putting yourself through that, you'd be like, well, I'm never doing that again. It's like it's funny. People go from like one extreme to the next. You know what I mean? They'll be like, I want to be fit and healthy. And they'll be like, no, actually, I want to malnourish my body. So it just shows my muscle. I don't know. It's insane the lengths people go to.
I don't have that discipline.
Oh, me neither.
To do something like that, I couldn't do it.
Fuck no. I mean, what kind of goes into prep for the getting into a pageant? Like, what's kind of like the lead up to it? Like, is there a lot of prep that goes into it?
Well, it depends again on the pageant, but for me, I don't really have like an exercise routine or anything like that. Like I'm just like, look, it's me. Like if you don't like me, it's whatever. But yeah, so I don't really do anything like that. I guess I try and clear up my skin a little bit. And like it's just all the little things. Like you just gotta like plan what you're wearing. You gotta plan practice for your interview. If there's an interview portion, you gotta do like appearances beforehand, which is essentially in the one I was competing in anyway. You get given a sash because you're a national finalist, and you go out into your community. You can do charity stuff. You can go to events and just like take photos with your sash, like stuff like that. Yeah, just like spread the word, I guess. Wow. Which it's like a way for them to promote the pageant, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, like get out there and I wonder what would happen if I just made my own fake sash and just started walking around trying to get photos and promoting. And I just send it to my Twitch stream, just like this pageant will be streamed live here. Just check it out. And then they get there and like, there's no pageant, but I'll take it. I don't know. It'd be kind of funny, like. If I just tried to be in a pageant one day, just to be
I would love that.
That would be so fun. I would not win, but it'd be so funny.
You never know.
I mean, try everything once, right? Like, what's there to lose? I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's like my next big thing, next claim to fame.
I'll help you.
Ooh,
I like this.
All right, yeah, because you're being a winner now. You can definitely, you can definitely steer me. You can be my mentor.
Yeah, of course. I'll coach you.
I saw that kid that won. I was like, nah, next year. Enjoy that crown while you got it. Well, I actually spoke to him, and during the pageant, he was so focused on winning. Like, oh, really?
I remember literally having to tell him, like, settle down. It's okay. If you don't win, it's all good. And he's like, no, like, everything depends on this. And I was like, it really doesn't. But, I mean,
how old
I'm happy for him. Oh, I don't know. Probably 15. He was very
he didn't look like super old or anything.
He was the youngest out of all the guys.
It's a lot of drive to have at that age, hey? Like, do you feel like you had that kind of drive when you were young, or were you like me, just a kid that was like, fuck everything, I'll just do what I want?
Yeah,
just wake up on any day. Like that. It's like I think about that. I'm like, man, that is a lot of drive to have as a kid. There was someone I saw recently that had like, I'm trying to think of who it was. I mean, you see kids like that all the time, but. Yeah, like when they dedicate themselves. I'm thinking like I could have never done that.
I was so unmotivated as a kid. Like even with school, I just didn't stick to it at all.
Oh, no way. Same here. Yeah, school is... I mean, school's not for everyone though. That's the thing. School's like, you can be like trash at school and then come out of school and like be the most successful person on the planet.
Exactly.
You know? I think
exactly.
People. I mean, I don't. If you're in school right now, stay in school, by the way. But school is for losers. Am I right? But no. But that's the thing. Like, you know, everyone puts a lot of emphasis on school. I think it's important to apply yourself as much as you can, but not everything is going to really. I think a lot of people, you know, some people don't learn in the classroom. Some people learn just by living life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's
exactly. People learn differently, and I feel like for me personally, I feel like it's important to go through until year 12. Yeah. I'm not saying it's essential, but I think it's important. But then after year 12, I feel like you don't have to go to university. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. I think it's your life. Like, you can make of it what you want.
Did you go to uni? Did you go to uni after?
I tried, but that was only because I kind of felt the pressure too from my parents and stuff like that. I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to uni because that's what they want, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of an only child. I have an older brother, but he's like 30. He has 2 kids. Like, he's living a whole nother life. So yeah. So it's like basically just me in the house, and you know, I don't want to disappoint my parents. So
far out. So what do you like attempt to study? What was the?
I did primary teaching at at a university in Queensland.
Man, I always think teachers are the bravest souls. Like, I always think, how the fuck?
Well, I love children. I feel like I'm really, really good with kids.
Yeah, you'd need to
Not babies, but kids I'm good with.
Yeah, kids scare me. Kids fucking terrify me. I get nervous around kids. I get nervous around kids because I just think, like, they're probably thinking, like, look at this old geezer thinking he's so cool. Like, I have a little cousin. He's like probably like 17 now. Into Little Pimp and all that shit. He's into his mumble rap.
Oh, okay.
And I catch up with him just during, like, the family events and stuff. Actually, he comes by the streamer now and then, so he might even be here. Who knows? If you're here, hi. It's just know you can't. You big.
One sec, I'm just going to turn my light on really quick.
No, you do your thing. But oh no, she took her headset off. I was about it.
No, I'm back.
Oh, I was going to say, so many people have wireless headsets now, so I was just going to keep talking.
No, I don't. Mine's got a wire.
I remember the wired days where I'd get up and walk away from my desk and then everything would just go flying with me.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, yeah. I just move around too much for a wired headset. Like, I don't know. And you know the thing as well, as soon as I got this wireless headset, my productivity went through the roof because I didn't feel like say when you're watching a Twitch stream and you're like, well, I don't want to miss, you know, I'm kind of investing now.
Exactly,
now I can just get up and go do things and like I can still hear it at least. So it's like productivity like up by 1,000%.
You can be like vacuuming the house, like listening to a Twitch stream. Yeah,
100%. It's like the best. Like, this was my biggest and best purchase of 2018. Sponsor me. But yeah, man, kids scare me. I don't know. Yeah, my cousin, he's into all that stuff. And I think I'm still cool. I'm like 31 going on 32 this year. I still think I'm cool. But yeah, like the other day.
I'm not a regular mum. I'm a cool mum. That's what you sound like right now.
No, I swear though, I am a cool mum. No, because like, I swear I'd make some jokes and he just wouldn't laugh. And I'd be like, oh boy, I must be old. Like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, this would have killed it. You know, I don't know. It's one of those things you start realizing, and it's not until you see these kids give you these blank stares, these blank soulless stares. And they're just like, you're not cool. You just know what they're thinking. I don't think
it's because you're not cool. I think it's just because times have changed and like they're just into different things now.
Do you reckon?
You know?
Do you reckon that's? But I don't know, because I don't know how I try and recall how I was as a kid. My memory's so bad. I'm like, how the fuck was I? I think I had my moments of being like a little bit like, kind of like, you know, I don't want to talk to anyone. I'm too, you know. I think I was a pretty like easygoing kid. I don't think I was like too standoffish, but I don't know, man. So long ago. I guess for you it wasn't that long ago. Like, I mean, you're only 21, so how, like, surely you remember like what it was like to be a teenager and
but when I was a teenager,
relate a bit more.
Like when I was like 17, I went to schoolies, right, at 17. Like, after grade 12, I was like, woo, going to schoolies. Yeah, on the Gold Coast. Yeah. I went, and that was like the first time I'd ever gone out and drunk or done anything. I had not tasted one sip of alcohol until schoolies.
Really?
I was a very good kid. And then, literally...
Schoolies, ruined everything.
No, literally, after schoolies, I still, like, I didn't even really go out until like this year. Yeah, like I seriously was just at home all the time.
Man, what
barely had any friends, like anything like that.
I mean, was that from like the effects of school? You're like, yeah, never do this again. Like, what was? Because I've never been to schoolies. I've never drunk before, and I'm not really in the party scene. You know, I'm just too cool for the party scene. Wow, I really am old. Fuck. Just realized. But yeah, I started working straight out of school because my dad had a landscaping business and the fam needed some help. So I just got straight in on that. And a year later, I went on like a snow trip with some friends. That was it. So I didn't do the whole schoolies thing. Like, what was it like? What was like what was the vibe? Was it scary? I don't know. I can imagine I'd be in a corner crying or something. I'd be like,
I mean, I was actually, I feel like, pretty lucky. Like, my cousin actually just, I think last year she went to schoolies and she had a terrible experience. So I feel like for me, I was really lucky. I stayed at, I think, a hotel called the Q1 or the Q something like that, which is that really, really tall hotel on Surface Paradise.
I have a story about that fucking hotel. It's not the QT, isn't it? That'd be too obvious.
It's the Q something. I don't know what it is, but it's a really tall one. Yeah. I stayed there and it was so expensive though. It was like $1,000 each and there was like 5 of us in, oh my God, for a week.
Yeah. Is it just?
It was so overpriced.
Oh, it is the QT hotel, I think.
Oh, is it the QT?
Yeah, that's kind of funny. I never actually. Oh, is it the Q? Wait, there's a QT hotel. And there's a Q1 resort and spa.
Q1 Gold Coast.
Now I'm like, is it QT or Q1?
Let me have a look. Because I think it's the Q1.
It might be the Q1, but it's like supposed to be really trendy, right? It's supposed to be like this really trendy kind of cool. Like they kind of market it that way. Tay and I went to stay there for our honeymoon, I believe. When we got married, we went to a place called Crystal Creek Retreat, which is like kind of border of New South Wales and Queensland, and it's like this complete like rainforest retreat. You got cabins.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
It was amazing. The only thing was that the bathroom just was complete windows to the outside. There's no walls. So when you're trying to like squat a grumpy, to put it nice, you kind of just feel like some like family's just going to be like trekking past the window, hello, and you're like, so I just felt really uncomfortable. Like, you know what I mean? Like doing my morning business, and I'm like, I hope no one fucking walks past my window. This is because there's cabins around. Like they try and separate them a bit, but it's like I don't know. I don't. That's the last thing I want. Like, you know, the repairman's just like, don't mind me, just like fixing the water while I'm like sitting there. So that was weird, but that was a great experience. I love that. We were there for like a week, and then we're like, well, we have to go to the Gold Coast. We love the Gold Coast, love the theme parks, love the beaches. So we went there and we're like, and Tay had booked this Q1 or QT. I swear, I thought it was a QT. Now I'm confused.
I don't know what it is.
The Q something hotel.
Either way.
I don't want to promote it anyway because I had a bad experience. Well, so we went there, right, and the website promotes it as this really amazing hotel, really modern, really, and we're like, we're trendy people, so we're like, let's go to a trendy hotel. So we went there. We checked out like about half an hour after. Went to we went back down. Yeah, we went back down, and we're like, we're out of here. Like money back.
Did you get your money back?
Yeah, and you know what?
Okay.
You know what? The crazy part is the dudes at the counter totally understood. They because we went up there, they had only actually done, because it was an old building. It was a different hotel. They had actually refurbished it to make it look trendy and new. But they hadn't refurbished all the rooms. So we got this old motel-looking motherfucking room.
Did we stay at the same hotel? Because the one I stayed at was beautiful.
Yeah, maybe, but that's the thing. Maybe you got a good room. They had only done.
True.
They were doing it in.
That's true.
But they were already advertising it as it was supposed to look a certain way. But there's so many rooms in that thing, so I'm sure it took them a while to do all of it. But they just gave us like one of the old rooms. You know what I mean? So there were rooms that looked nice. Yeah. And I think they were just all booked out or something of the good rooms or something.
Yeah.
And we went down because there was like the tiniest little balcony as well. You could barely, and there was cigarettes all over it as well. They hadn't cleaned up. Yeah, super rough. And we were like super low to the ground because obviously they must have started doing the more penthouse kind of rooms first to make them look better. So we got slapped on like literally almost ground level shit room, cigarette smokes out. It was terrible. So, and Tay was really upset. She's like, this is our honeymoon. This is stupid. So we went down. Yeah. We're like, nah, fuck this. We ain't paying for this shit. Because it was like crazy expensive. We hadn't spent that much on a hotel really ever.
It's so expensive.
Yeah, and we're like, nah, I said, sorry, we ain't paying for this. This is ridiculous. And the guy's like, yeah, they haven't actually done all the rooms yet, so I totally get it. You did get one of the scuzzy rooms. And we're like, okay, we'll take our money back. And he's like, no worries. So then we just booked a place down the road, and yeah, so it's kind of crazy though. I think about that. I'm like, how the fuck could they like sell a hotel? You know what I mean? Like,
as if that they're advertising it a certain way.
Yeah, it's so insane. It still to this day blows my mind. But yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, you must have gotten a good room because that was
Yeah, we were pretty high up. We were like level like 60 something.
Exactly.
Like, so high up. Yeah.
We were so low to the ground. We could hear like everyone just screaming and shit like on the road. You know what I mean? Like,
how long ago did you stay?
It would have been, we got married about 8 years ago. 8 years ago this year.
Actually. Oh, okay. So like that was like 4 years.
Oh yeah, actually, you would have been a bloody. How old were you? Oh my god, yeah. You were just a mere child back then. Well, is that making me seem older now? I got married 8 years ago. How old were you?
I mean,
a
little.
Ago?
What's
8 years?
Well, like, I'm 21 now.
Like doing your first pageant or some shit. Maybe you weren't even doing a pageant yet. What's math? Yeah. So it's crazy. Old as fuck. Well, I'm starting to see my mortality during this podcast. This is great. Just slowly, just dying. That's okay.
That's life, Matty.
Yeah. Nah. You say that's life when you get to 32.
I'm gonna be that old one day.
Actually, it doesn't bother me that much. When I was like 29, like a couple of days before I turned 30, I started freaking out. I was like, holy fuck. Like I'm about to lose my 20s, about to become an old man. And you realize like the day you turn 30, you're like, oh, I'm still the same person.
You're still the same.
It's like nothing different. Like, it's funny because we put a number on age. Like, I don't know, it's like people that go, age is just a number, and then everyone goes, whoa, buddy, because like when it goes reverse a little bit, age definitely, it's not just a number. But when it comes to like starting to get old and decrepit and falling apart, it's like, it's not like it just hits at a certain number, you know what I mean? Like people are like, oh yeah, when you hit 30, your knees start to get weak, and your mind starts to go a little bit. I don't know if they say that, but you know what I mean? It's like, it's crazy that people put this man-made number.
I don't think 30 is old at all.
It's not. I mean, like, me saying it sounds like I'm like an old person in denial. You can say it. If I go, 30's not old, it makes me seem crazy. You know what I mean? I swear it's not old.
Really not. I don't think 30's old at all.
Apparently it's new 20.
I reckon when you get to like 45, it's like, okay, I'm getting a little bit old now. I'm getting a little bit old.
So so when I hit 45, I'll remember that and I'll go, wait a minute. I remember Bronkyy said 45 is old. I'm fucked. Oh no, I'm old now. Shit. The youth.
That's ages away.
Is it though? I mean, it is.
Yeah.
It is. But man, time goes. Don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to scare you, but the older you get, the time just flies.
I know. It's flying by. I've noticed. I've actually noticed. Like when I was like 17, 18, time was going by so slow. And now I'm 21. It's just going.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's just when you're at school, there's just, I don't know, the days always seem like longer.
I think I know why. I think it's because when you're 17, 18, you're like, oh, I can't wait to be like 21, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But you're like, I can't wait to grow up and do this. But when you're 21, you're like, no, I'm happy. Like, I just want to stay here, like at 21.
The older you get, you're like, take me back. You can't. You just can't. You're stuck.
Yeah.
So you've moved recently. You did a little road trip with bags.
Yes.
And I saw you did a vlog. I actually watched the vlog last night. I actually loved it because I'm like a bit of a road trip guy. I love a good road trip. Like I'll drive to PAX, whenever. I don't like, it's not that I don't like flying, but I just love, I love to drive. You guys did a massive drive. I've never done like a Queensland to Melbourne drive. And you've vlogged.
It was huge.
Yeah, I can't even imagine it. Like a drive just from Sydney to Melbourne or Sydney to Queensland is like enough. But I'm curious, is there like more vlogs on the horizon or is that just a one-off? Because I was like, I could actually watch this shit. Like this, like you and Bags doing vlogs. I feel like that's a little bit of a dynamic duo there. I'd watch definitely more of them. Is that like a thing? Did you do that and you're like, nah, never doing a vlog again? Or
Oh, no, we for sure want to do more vlogs. We actually have like another housemate called Marty, and we all want to do vlogs together, and like house videos, and we have a house channel on YouTube now as well. We have like a house tour. Yeah.
See, I was going to ask about O'Brags as well, because I don't know if I just been missing it. I haven't seen
we've
much
been very
content.
slack, but I blame that on my housemates because Marty's never home, and then Darren is just lazy and doesn't want to do it. So
Dazza, Bags, what are you doing? I want to see
he's
some
gonna
content.
come in my room and be like, Brooke, what are you doing?
I want to see some content. Because I checked the O'Brags channel just to make sure that I hadn't missed anything. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I think 19 days ago I saw something. I was on there, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah. We've done one stream on the Twitch and we've got one video on the YouTube, and that's it.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. And more vlogs. Like, I'm going to demand it at this point because I watched that and I was like, I don't know if it was just this World of Road Trip vibe. Like, I don't know. Like, a lot of those places, like, I've done those drives so many times. I was like, oh, man, I'm craving a good road trip now. Like, I feel like I just need it. So you moved from Queensland, though, right?
Yeah.
So what was the big move? What was like that? That's a massive move.
Oh yeah, it's huge. Well, I went to PAX, which was obviously in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And that was my first ever solo trip. Like, I had planned to go with my ex, and then we broke up, and so then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go by myself. So first, like, plane flight by myself, everything, and I dread flying, by the way. It's terrifying.
Really? You don't like flying?
I absolutely fucking hate it, but I had to do it heaps by myself.
Yeah, look, I admit, like, I don't think about flying and kind of start sweating bullets, but if I'm ever up there and it gets that little bit of turbulence, I'm like, I'm dead. I'm gonna die. This is my resting place. Like, I go to the worst place instantly. I'm like, I'm dead. Me
too.
Lord, I know we haven't been, talking as much as we used to, but if you're real,
just land it safely,
like,
please.
I know, like, I just know, me and you, brother, I'll see you soon. But, like, I go to the worst possible place. Cause, like, yeah.
Well, I have to take anxiety medication to go on the plane because I get so anxious.
That bad.
Yeah, and then for me, it's not really turbulence that bothers me, because turbulence, I know no plane has ever gone down from bad turbulence, right? But for me, it's the takeoff and the landing, because that's where most accidents happen, and that's where I get most triggered.
I'm almost surprised that I shouldn't be saying this to a person who doesn't like flying, but I'm surprised when whenever the planes land, God, some of them are rough as fuck. Like, you hear there's a bam, like, and it's like, how, like you said, there's little stick legs.
Oh, my last one was terrible.
There's little stick legs coming out from the plane, and you're like,
I know.
How did that shit not snap
the whole
off?
plane.
Like, it's insane. Some of those, like, landings, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna die. Like, this is it.
My last landing, when I flew back from Queensland, just like literally the other week, was so bad. I'm pretty sure it was like a trainer pilot or something, because
that's not
he kept like slowing and starting, but like, because I've been on heaps of planes, like I've flown to America, whatever, so I know what it's like.
To go, yeah.
Yeah, and he just kept like slamming on the brakes, and then like, because you'd feel it, and then it would go, and then it would be dropping, and and then like towards the end, the landing was so fast. I was just like, this is not right. Like this, and I was on like weird flex, but I was on a Qantas flight. Like, you don't really expect that normally on a Qantas flight. It's normally pretty smooth.
Wins a pageant. And now flying Qantas.
The reason I fly Qantas is because I'm terrified of Tiger and Jetstar. Like, it's because of my anxiety, like, with flying.
Look, I would not blame you. I would not. Didn't Tiger? Wait, was it Tiger that had a fucking massive crash? Like, what?
I don't know.
They've all fucked up at some point. Let's be real.
I've flown with them before, but I will never do it again.
I mean, Qantas was doing so well, but Qantas even fucked up recently or something a couple of years ago. And it was like, well, now Qantas is also just. That
I don't think there's any perfect airline.
No, but the funny thing is, right? And look, this is like no like amazing epiphany, but like they say that you're more likely to have a car crash than a plane crash, and it's like, yeah, I mean, like, we all jump in cars so willingly, and we're like, hey, where are we going? But really, driving cars is terrifying as shit. It's like, what do you think? Because I'm sure you don't get. Do you get anxiety, like being a passenger in it?
No, never.
So it's like, what do you reckon that is? Why do our minds go to like? I mean, I know it's like almost unnatural. This big fucking hunk of metal that's just like. More I think about it, it's like, yeah, I'm not hopping on a plane ever again. This big like could I lift it? No, but then it shouldn't be in the sky. Okay, it's too heavy. It's like, what do you think it is? It's just that it's unnatural.
I think it's because with planes, you're very much not in control at all. Whereas with driving, like, you may not be the one driving, but you
can
also
jump
could
out
be
the
sitting.
passenger
You
door.
could quickly like jump and like
just be
take
like,
control of the wheel and
I was
you know
thinking
like
abandoned ship. Just jump out the door. Just roll.
all that.
roll
And the other thing is as well with driving. What was I gonna say? I completely forgot. I have it like in my brain. It's just like
flying and driving. The comparison. You're in control.
No, I'm gonna remember it like 2 minutes from now.
So
I've forgotten.
In control. You can jump. You can reach over, grab the wheel. You were saying.
Yeah.
And you can. And there's airbags.
I remember. Okay.
All right, good.
Okay, so you know when you crash in a plane. Well, you don't know because we haven't crashed.
Yes, I've been in many crashes before.
When you're in a plane crash, you're probably gonna die, right? But not always.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But when you're in a car crash, you might not die.
That's true.
You probably have a higher chance of surviving.
Roll the dice. Yeah, that's true. I mean, falling out of the sky definitely isn't like a very high probability of making it. Yeah, I don't know. It is pretty crazy. Wow, I really don't want to hop on a flight. Sorry if anyone's hopping on a flight tomorrow. Actually, it's funny that I've flown to America once. It's the only overseas flight I've done, and that's a grueling trip. Like that's a long flight.
Very long.
And we watched that Liam Neeson movie. I think it's called Non-Stop or something. It's about him being on a plane with a bomb or something like that. And there's like someone on the plane who is actually in control of the bomb, but he doesn't know who it is, so he has to try and work it out. He's like an ex-cop. And
my God.
And like the Liam Neeson, the main guy, is like an ex-cop. And he has to try and like figure out who it is, but everyone thinks he's going crazy. I don't know. It's a great movie. I think I enjoyed it. It was a pretty good movie. It was alright movie actually. But yeah, we watched that like the day before we flew to America, and we were hopping on the plane the day after. We're like, why did we watch that again? Why did we watch that before the flight?
Yeah.
Like it's like the worst thing you do.
Do you ever scan the passengers? Like you're just like, are you carrying a bomb? Are you gonna take over this plane? Or
well, let's just say I'm glad I shaved my beard for the next time I go overseas. Actually, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I shaved my beard just before I went to America as well, because I had a beard that was pretty long before as well on the other one. And I shaved it because I just wanted to be able to eat without, because I had like a big mow and everything. It was so annoying. Didn't even think about that probably also did me favors just getting rid of that for the flight to America. I'm just saying, there's a little bit of a thing apparently about it. But yeah, I don't know. Do you reckon, I've always thought, I've never seen anything like this, but do you reckon like airlines have ever shown like movies like that have plane crashes in them? Do you think there's like a thing where they can't show? Because imagine someone's just watching like a movie and there's like a big fucking plane crash scene in it, and someone's just happily, they're like their partner's like, just put on a movie, you'll be fine. Just it'll make you at ease. We're not going to crash. Put on the movie first scene. They're just like, just everyone dies, and it's like,
I'm pretty sure I've seen someone watching a movie of like them in a plane and it crashing or something like that. I'm pretty sure, or like maybe like Snakes on a Plane or something like that.
Oh my God, Snakes on a Plane.
I'm pretty sure I remember. Oh yeah, I like that movie.
You actually like that movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a classic. I feel like.
I mean, gotta get the snakes off the motherfucking snakes.
It's weird, but it's
Yeah, it is very weird. Now I have to go back and watch it. My auntie I think I saw it at the cinemas once. Then my auntie bought it for me for like my birthday or something. I was like, thanks, I guess. Like I don't know if she's memeing on me. Like my auntie's like having a big old meme. But yeah, I don't know. I can imagine like I would imagine that it'd be the sort of thing that they're like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't show like movies with scenes of like massive plane crashes because it could just fuck someone up. Have you ever seen someone like, that's the funny thing. There's guaranteed whenever you hop on a plane, there's always someone that's going to be a little bit nervous, right? You like, whether it's not necessarily you, there's guaranteed always going to be someone on there that they won't show it, but they're there like, I'm going to die. This is it. This is where it ends.
And that's me every time.
Do you reckon? I mean, have you ever seen someone freak out though on a plane? Like, I'm surprised you don't see more people like having little freakouts, because this is like an unnatural kind of thing, like flying. I don't know, I've always thought that someone doesn't jump up and just be like, we're dead, like halfway through the flight. Like, everyone, I don't mean to alarm you, I've got a feeling, I had a dream last night, we're dead, I had a dream, like, you know what I mean?
Like Marge Simpson on that,
yeah,
I don't remember what episode, she's like running back and forth.
Exactly, it's like, I'm surprised we don't see any of that. Like, I'm sure that happens like more than we know. Someone mid-flight just jumps up and like, like they're like it's a trip to America from Australia. It's like 20 hours, some shit. And they've had a little snooze. They've had a dream that they think it's like a premonition that they're all gonna die. They jump up, guys, we're dead. I just had a dream. I can just imagine it. I don't know. It's terrifying. That would freak me the fuck out. Can you imagine?
That sounds like my mom. My mom would do that. Yeah, because she's way more like terrified of flying than me, and I flew to America with my mom. Just us two.
Way.
And we're both terrified of flying.
So there's not that one person that would go, we'll be fine, don't even worry, just to comfort.
Yeah, both of us are just like, yeah. And my mum is always talking about, I had a dream that this happened.
Oh, fuck, see, that's the worst thing.
Yeah. She's very much, like, she's into, like, psychics and stuff like that.
Really?
So, yeah.
So, oh, wow. Did that rub off on you a little bit? Do you kind of...
I think, okay, I'm sorry if anyone believes in them, but I think they're bullshit.
Hopefully your mum's not listening. Sorry.
Because, I mean, okay, no, actually, to be fair, I think some of them are bullshit. Some of them could be real. But
yeah,
because I've had bad experiences, that's why.
Really?
What's
an example? Like, wait, did you catch them out kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, so my mum organized, of course my mum organized
of course.
But she organized for my family and I to have this like kind of group psychic session where the psychic would come over the house, and I think that was like, it was only girls. My dad wasn't involved in it. It was like my cousin and my aunties and stuff like that. Right. And yeah, he was like going around to each of us and like just going through one by one. Anyway, the first thing he says to me is like, I can sense that you're like a tomboy. And I'm just sitting there like, I do pageants. I'm the most girly girl possible you can possibly get. Like,
so weird.
I love dressing up. I love putting on makeup. Like, and it's because I was wearing a dress and no makeup, and it was like kind of a tomboy dress.
And he just like took a guess at.
I was like, really?
That's so funny. I mean, they must get that shit wrong so often. I mean, how can they? Do you reckon that they actually believe that they have the gift though? Do you reckon they're just scammers?
Some of them probably do.
They just reckon they have the gift. It's kind of crazy. I mean, do you remember that guy that what was his name? I think we talked about it on the podcast before. The guy that he used to have a show a long time ago. Might have even been before your time. I am pretty old. But he had that show where he would get people up on stage from the audience, and he'd like contact their loved one, their dead loved ones and shit. I remember. I think Drawser knew his name, but I don't know if Drawser's listening in. But yeah, but he'd do that thing where he's like, all right, like, your dad used to have like some sort of job, and they're like, yeah, my dad had a job. He's like, yeah, so it was, he used to work.
Something starting with P.
Yeah, exactly.
D
yeah, and they'd be like, oh my god, yeah, it was a Z. He used to be a zebra farmer. That's it. You guys channeling a letter of some sort. These zebras, like they had stripes, did they not? Oh my god, you're Pappy, where are you? I can feel you, but I can't see you. Like that sort of shit. It's like, I just don't believe it. There's that one now. It's he's the Hollywood medium with Tyler Perry. Is that his name? Fucking Hollywood, the medium to the stars. Know. He's got his own show.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to that.
Oh my god, Tay loves that shit. I'm just like, no way is this shit real.
Well, okay, look, I believe that there is probably some people out there that can reach out to spiritual people, but I don't feel like they can do it for other people. I feel like for me personally, I believe it's something that's a more personal thing. Yeah. So like they could do it for themselves, but I don't think they can do it for other people. Yeah. I think that's a bit of a lie.
No, yeah, I think it's because it's a little bit like showy. It's like, let's film this and put it on TV. The ghost will come then. You know what I mean? Let's get a whole production crew of all cameras and a producer behind. But he sits over his fucking notebook and he does this like the typical like, yep, oh yeah. I'm getting something. Like, why do you need to scribble literal nothing on it? Like I saw it the other day, and he just hands them the paper at the end. He's like, "You keep this." So it's just a page just covered with black ink. Yeah, it just looks like you just scribbled. Like I'm like, that's not the thing.
But then the other side of it, I feel like, is it could help someone who may be going through something like a really stressful period of their time, and it could make them feel better. And even if it's not real or true, it could make them feel at peace.
That's true.
You know, that's the other side of it. Anyway.
Because a lot of it, it's always positive shit, isn't it? It's never like, oh well, your dad actually had a bunch of Playboys under his bed, and he was a bit of a filthy old man. Yeah, he was a bit of, you actually cheated on your mum 5 times, or then you're like, oh my God, this is not pleasant at all. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh, he was a great guy. Oh, he just wants to let you know he loves you and all. And I'm thinking, okay, like, you know, I'm sure there's a little bit, I guess the ghost wouldn't want to out him even in his afterlife. He's not going to be like, now's the time to tell him about my dirty past. That ghost could be lying now, I think about it. Channel a ghost. Why are they going to be honest to you? They could just easily be like, oh yeah, I was great. Yeah, I was a great dude in my
It's probably mostly negative stuff.
Yeah. I mean, they're dead. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know. Like, part of me believes it, but I've never seen anything. I've never like seen like a presence or anything. Like, have you ever had something like that? Like, is there like, because I feel like maybe you haven't, because if maybe you had, you might.
The thing is, like, I do believe in spirits and I believe in ghosts and stuff like that, but like, my mom's told me like little things of like, oh, when you were born, like, when it was the day that I was going to be born, like a little blue bird came and sat there, and it was a really rare bird, and just like little things like that. We're like, okay, that's kind of cool. But like, because I don't know, little things like that. Your mom
goes deep on it, huh?
My mom.
But do you reckon she does see? Like, how do you think that works, right? Because like people that are into that sort of thing, like surely they would get to a point, like they must feel like it's real. They have to. Like, there's no way they'd lie to themselves about it. Like, unless they're doing it like the people that do it for money and try and scam people. If they're doing it for their own kind of, like, their own being.
Yeah.
Then surely they feel like they do, like they really think they see certain things. Like, there has to be something. I mean, that's the thing. It kind of makes you go, then what do they see? I'm kind of scared about stuff like that. I'm like, you know those movies like where they do like seances and shit, like in their living room, and then next minute they're haunted as fuck.
I kind of want to do it, like low-key want to.
Really? Are you kidding me? Are you crazy?
Like one of those boards and like
a Ouija board?
Try and like channel the ghost, like, because I want to, like, I've never seen it.
Oh,
you know when you go in,
God.
oh my God, do you remember like as a child where you would go into like the closet and you'd be like Bloody Mary, and you'd like close your eyes, like that thing. I used to do that, and like I would never see anything.
Yeah,
but I would be terrified. But like I would kind of want to see something.
I mean, I've definitely had moments where I'm like thinking, you know, it's late at night. I'm like, I really like. It'd be kind of crazy just to see something, so I could go, yeah, I believe in it now. Like I believe there's like some sort of afterlife or some sort of shadow realm or something like that, you know what I mean? But until I see
what I actually kind of believe in?
Okay.
I believe in like UFOs and aliens.
Oh my God. I think if you don't believe in aliens, you got to be crazy. I mean, it's like, how could there not be aliens?
I know. And there's those stories of like, okay, I know probably 99% of them are just fake, but there's stories of people, 1%. You never know. There's stories of people that literally like, they just wake up in like a middle like of a grass field and they just wake up and they're like, what happened? Well, and like the last thing they remember is like going to sleep or something. It's just like.
Well, I mean, there's, like Blink 182, the old punk band everyone knows and loves. Tom DeLonge, he's like a full-on crazy now. Like he has his own like organization for like UFOs and aliens and that stuff. Yeah, he's like deep on that. And it's funny because they had a song, like I think it was on Enema of the State album. Their album, they had one called Enema of the State. And I think they had a song called Aliens Exist. And it was
straight to the point.
Yeah, and it was like, and it's him kind of singing about his experience with aliens. And I was like, hey, that's pretty funny. Like they go from, you know, songs about jerking off and you know, love and loss and all that to like singing about aliens. So I thought it was just a meme. But now it's like years have passed, and he's like got his own organization for like UFO sightings and aliens and shit.
I don't believe
wow, he was like actually serious.
Yeah, like I don't believe it's actual, just like little green.
No
aliens. Like I think it could be anything, but I do believe in an alien of some sort.
Oh, guaranteed. I believe definitely there's been. I don't know if maybe anything's been near our planet, but I do. I think there's so many like galaxies and solar systems and Also, there has to be something.
There has to be.
I mean, they've only just found, like, only just taken, like, the first photo of, like, a black hole. There's so much we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we don't even know what the hell that black hole really is. Like, did you see the
Someone needs to go through that black hole and then tell us what is in there.
Well, they might not be able to tell us because they'll go through it and they'll just, like, what do you think it is? Like, do you think you just...
I think it's another, like, universe, like how ours is, and there's, like, an Earth, but they're, like, different.
You reckon there's, like, a mirror world kind of thing?
Yeah, like, I think it's just, continuous.
Do you reckon if there was a mirror world... what do you reckon your mirror Bronkyy would be?
Oh, God.
Do you reckon you'd be the successful one? She'd be the one wearing the potato sack, or like, you know, what do you reckon she's like? Like, what do you reckon? Like, would you want them to be less successful? Oh, that's a bit of a thing. Would you want?
Oh yeah, of course.
You wouldn't want them to be the successful one.
I would want me to be the.
You want to be the successful one
because,
yeah.
Like, I'm probably never gonna meet them or ever, you know.
Yeah, probably.
You never know. But
black holes there. Who knows who's going to pop out?
Yeah.
You might be the first one. So you might be you might be on the other end. Bronkyy might be the pioneer of the black hole on the other side, and you're like, I'm going in, guys. You're like slowly swimming through their version of space.
So she's
which
like
is like
the complete opposite to me then, because I would never go to space.
Yeah,
I would never be an astronaut. I would never do anything like that.
Well, that's the thing. Virgin Airlines, or Richard Branson, he's wanting to shoot people up into space like regular civilians.
Oh my God.
You seen that? People are buying tickets for that shit now. You know, you can buy like.
I would never.
Do you reckon you would never do it, even if heaps of people have finally done it, and it's like completely safe, and you get to go up into space and see the world. Like the Earth.
No, I wouldn't do it.
Man,
I think I would do it if it wasn't like how they do it
is now,
when they go in the rocket. That is like, yeah. If it wasn't like that, and you didn't have like all those like feelings in your stomach, and you vomit and all that stuff, like then I'll do it. But
yeah, because you have to do all the training for it. So that's the thing. It's like, yeah, how would they do it?
Obviously, it's a little way off. I have a weak stomach as it is, so I feel like that would just not.
I think most people would struggle. I mean, they go through so like you see the training for it, and they have to sit in that little chair that's like on that spinning thing,
and it spins
like,
around.
Whoa! Like I could not. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not cut out for this shit. Makes me sick thinking about it. No. I don't like rides at amusement parks that just spin, and I just
I can't do them.
And I look at that thing, and I'm like, yeah, no thanks. Yeah, I couldn't be an astronaut. Fuck that shit. It'd be amazing. Like, it'd be incredible. Yeah. But at the same time, I couldn't.
And then they have to be away from their family for so long, like
that
up in true. The little, yeah.
I mean, have you watched like, what's that one with Sandra Bullock? Second time I've referenced her today.
I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a great movie. The one with, and it's got the fucking Nescafe. No, not Nescafe. Wait, is it George Clooney? It's got him in it as well.
I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I don't remember.
I love movies like that where it's like in space, but it's so scary. Like it paints a real good, like it's like so quiet and so eerie, and there's that like kind of thought of like, what if you accidentally get untethered from the spaceship and you're just floating in space until you die?
Yeah,
just in infinite space. You can't. It's not like there's anything.
Imagine that.
Nothing's going to come.
Actually,
that's it. You're just floating like and. Like spoiler alert for that movie, but there is a scene where she does get untethered from the spaceship.
Oh, okay, yeah, I've seen it. I remember that.
And she's just, but her momentum is already in like I think like a spin, so she can't even get out of the spin momentum because there's nothing to grab onto. There's nothing to stop. Yeah. There's no atmosphere, I guess. So she's just in a perpetual just spinning.
Oh,
and she just there's and you would never be able to stop until you die. You'd just be spinning.
Oh my gosh!
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Actually, I might refund my ticket to outer space. So Richard Branson. Yeah, can I get my money back on that one? Yeah, thanks. I don't want to go to space anymore. I'm just starting to think about it's like if you have a fear of flying, then a fear of going to space. Oh yeah,
and I have a fear of flying, so no way.
Do you reckon anxiety? Okay, so you said you take like anxiety medication for that, and do you find it works? Do you find that you feel nothing really like at that point?
Yeah. Well, I think I only take one, so I know you can take like 2 at a time and stuff for like a very intense, feeling. But for me, I do feel it. Like you have to take it, I think, about an hour before you fly.
Okay.
And for me, I feel just very like zen. Like I feel like like not like high, but just like in a state where I'm just like zen.
Crazy
you still panic. You can still panic and you can still like feel anxious, but it's just you just feel more relaxed and calm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, because I'm just can't even imagine like be like in a way how it would make you calm when you have a fear of it. It's amazing what they can do. Like really.
Oh, it's great.
That's insane.
It's great. And I could see how people get addicted to the medication because that's a serious thing. Like people get addicted to anxiety medication because they take it every day.
Wait a minute. Is that Xanax? Is that what's called? Is that what Xanax
that is one of them. I don't know which one I take, but I don't think it's Xanax.
Xanax, shit.
There's a few different ones.
You know what? It only just made me think Xanax because I think of Xanax as just being like this illicit drug. But really, it's probably not, is it? It's probably just anxiety medication that people, like get like hooked on.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to get hooked on.
I can totally imagine people getting hooked on that shit. Do you have like fears of getting hooked on shit like that? Do you have fears of like, because I think for me, I definitely would. Like, I'd be so nervous taking that stuff. For me, because I have like an addictive personality.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'd be like, I feel like if it gave me like a sense of zen, I'd be like, I feel just a little bit, I'll pop onto that. I'll feel it. And I'd just be like, I'm feeling good. You know what I mean?
No, I do feel like that. Like sometimes I'm just like, I have this big thing on today. Like maybe I might, like even like, for instance, I was thinking like Twitch Melbourne meetup. I'm like, like it would be nice to like just feel a bit more zen. But also the other side of it is you can't really drink on it because I've drunk on it before and it just, you take one sip of alcohol and it feels like 10 sips. Like it's a huge impact. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So don't do that. Don't recommend doing that.
Learn from Bronkyy's mistakes.
Yeah, don't do that. But
just making drug cocktails over here. Just,
well, because I forgot it was in my system because I took it that morning and I had like a 5 a.m. flight or something super early. And then that night I went out with friends and stuff and we had some drinks and I just completely forgot that it was even in my system.
Man.
So, But don't do that. But I could definitely see myself like getting addicted. But I would just limit myself. Like I've only ever taken it for flights. I've never taken it for anything else.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the temptation would be there. Like,
it is.
I know, I'd go out to like a big meetup, like you said. I'd be like, let's pop one of these. Feel a little bit. I mean, do you have to get that shit prescribed? Is that the word?
Yeah, you do, or at least the one I did, you do, because like I said, it's addictive. So if people were to just get it over the counter, like,
even better just go up to the shelf at your local chemist and just grab it with your eardrops and away you go. Imagine, fuck, drugs are scary. Drugs are terrifying. Like. For someone who does I got addicted to fucking lemonade when I was a kid. I don't know. Is that
lemonade?
It happened. Yeah.
I got addicted to Coca-Cola.
I mean, but I feel like that's more a thing, right? Because that's got caffeine. Lemonade. Yeah. I mean, but sugar's addictive. So it's like
very true. Very
scary
true.
Shit. You got addicted to Coca-Cola. Apparently, Coca-Cola used to have like cocaine in it. That's when when it was first made.
I guess the name Coke,
Well, that's the wait. I'm gonna Snopes it. Coca-Cola cocaine. Snopes, is that what they say? Snope. Snopes. I think that's the thing people go to. Fact check. Okay, this is like where people check.
Oh my god.
You go to Snopes and it tells you if like a rumor is real or not.
Well, now when I have a sip of Coke, I just feel like it's so strong because I don't drink it at all now.
It's so I drink this shit. I drink the diet stuff because I'm on a diet. I'm watching my figure, of course. But I can't do full strength. It's too sweet. Like so it's got to be watered down, or it's got to be like whatever the fuck this is.
Like, look, I'll drink it if I go out to like a restaurant and then I don't really want to have like a sip of alcohol. I'll just like order a Coke. But for the most part, I go like Sprite now. I can't do Coke.
Yeah, even Sprite's so sweet. All right, let's suss this. It says, does Coca-Cola contain cocaine? Ooh, we're about to find out.
Fact check.
Yeah, fact check. So I don't want to lead people astray on the podcast. It says, legend holds that the original Coca-Cola formula contained a significant amount of cocaine. All right.
Oh, wow.
This Snopes was published in 1999. Holy fuck! How long has this been around for? Okay, it's probably one of the first rumor things.
Oh my god!
So it says the claim: Coca-Cola used to contain cocaine. The rating: What? This does not make sense. I should probably go to the website first. Okay, just let me know. Does it? Okay, published by, where's the answer, What? Didn't even give me an answer. Oh, here it says. Okay, well, I went to the end of the thing. It says, so yes, at one time there was cocaine in Coca-Cola.
Oh my God.
But before you attempted to run off claiming Coca-Cola turned generations of drinkers into dope addicts, consider the following. Back in 1985... Oh, no, 1885, even further back.
Oh, right.
Actually, wait, yeah. Oh, God, if it was 1985, Jesus. I would have been hooked. Back in 1885, it was far from uncommon to use cocaine in patent medicines, which is what Coca-Cola was originally marketed as. A medicine? No other medical portion. Whoa, there's a lot about...
Okay, the more you know. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wait, did I read that right? Back in 1885, it was far from uncommon to use cocaine in patent medicines, which is what Coca-Cola was originally marketed as. A medicine? Drink your medicine. Coca-Cola,
okay.
Like what the? But it had cocaine in it. That's where the name comes from.
My God.
Fucking no wonder that shit blew up.
Like, I've always thought that, like, Coke, I'm gonna get like a bottle of Coke.
Because like when you say like, oh, I might grab myself some Coke, and everyone's like, oh, and you're like, not that kind of Coke, silly Billy. You know what I mean? Like it's always the standard joke that everyone makes. So it's like, but there's a little bit of truth to it. But yeah, imagine just people drinking cocaine out there. Can you imagine how fucking crazy those parties would have been? They would have been off their face.
They would have been lit.
They would have been fucking lit. Just drinking. Everyone's just throwing back cocaine. It's insane they used to. It's like saying cigarettes were good for your health. You know what I mean? What a wild time that the 1800s were. What a wild time that was. What the fuck?
Yeah.
People are literally like smoking. They're like, oh yeah. Oh, I can feel the years just coming off. And they're like, what? Time for my cocaine beverage? Whoa! Oh, so much medicine, so much. It's like fucking hell. How did the human race continue? How did we not all die off? It's scary. That's the thing. Like people back then thought shit was like medicine, and I know we probably don't do stuff like that now, where we actually claim certain products of medicine or health related when they're we're a bit more clued in now. But I still reckon there's so many things that we probably use or do or consume that will fuck us up in like 50 years time. We'll be like, wow, we actually put that inside of us. You know what I mean? People just kind of, we consume so much random shit. And I'm like, yeah, one day we're going to like work out it's killing us.
Yeah, no, I do kind of just think, you know what? That's like 40 years down the track. It's
I'd like to think like that, but in 40 years, you'd be what, like 60, and I'm sure you still would be like, I'm not ready to go. Like it's kind of crazy. It's like the whole thing with asbestos, like the they used to build with that shit. It was like, this is the word, fire retardant. And it would... Hey, why are you laughing? That's a real word. Look, the society has made me feel like I can't say retardant now. And it's actually the word for it. So anyone...
I was just being the devil's advocate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Pretty much along with the rest of the internet, probably. But yeah, it was like... it was... Apparently, it wouldn't catch fire or some shit. So they used it in all these houses. And then they found out years later that...
it's bad for you.
Yeah,
it's so bad for you.
Yeah, if you breathe it in, you can get like, lung cancer and...
I mean, like, apparently you don't even know the effects. Like, you could be, like, dying and you won't even know, apparently.
Yeah. And Wombat says asbestos became illegal at about 95, which is crazy. It's terrifying. If I ever walk past, like, a building sign and it says, caution asbestos, I'm like trying to breathe things. I'm just like thinking, why are these little fibers about? Just one. But my dad tells me that he used to live on a farm, and him and his friends would just find like sheets of it like out in the farm. They just snap it and throw it at each other. I'm like, you are gonna die, motherfucker. You were dead. Nice knowing you, Dad. I'll make sure I don't get too attached.
Poor Dad.
I just cut him off years ago. So he told me that. I'm like, yeah, not worth the emotional strain. See you, Dad. He's like, I understand. Yeah, I fucked up. No, I still love my dad. And he's not dead yet.
Of course.
And still breathing, which is very good. And he's like 60 something, so that's very good. But yeah, it's scary, and I think like, man, there's got to be some shit out there that we do not know. I mean, the new thing is the 5G that they're bringing in for phones, and Raw told me I shouldn't be talking about this because I don't have all the facts, but they're saying that you've got 4G on your phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to bring in 5G now, which is like a lot faster. But not everyone, but a lot of people are saying that that's gonna cause a whole bunch of health issues. You know what I mean? Like it's.
Oh really?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it got classified by a health rating organization. I probably should do more research, but
hopefully they don't bring it out then. Hopefully it's just like a.
Oh no, they're bringing it out. It's coming out soon. Yeah, we're gonna die. We're gonna die.
We're gonna die.
But a lot of people are saying that it's just conspiracy and we're crazy for believing it. But I think you have to be a little bit cautious.
Because back then they didn't know that asbestos was gonna kill us. So
it's like and they do. Oh, it's already out. George said someplace. I believe it probably is. But they're trying to make it like as a replacement for 4G. So the towers will all be emitting this shit, and our brains will be sucking that shit up. Look, it might be a little bit conspiracy-ish, but I do believe that like surely it's not good having all these like Wi-Fi waves and 4G waves.
Yeah.
Like there's that guy that had like
I believe that.
He had like a tumor. Like he has a scar like perfectly just above his ear. And he had got a tumor right behind his ear, pretty much in his brain, because of where he was holding his phone up to his ear. Like
really?
Yeah, they say don't hold your phone up to your ear anymore. Because they say, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm the same. And I hadn't even been thinking like that. It was only like the other day I was watching, so I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Like what people were saying, like I think it was like a medical talk, some dude on stage, I don't know, some medical guy was on stage. Literally how much I know myself. Some medical dude was on stage saying things. And I was listening and going, okay, I'll be scared now. But he was like, why the fuck are we holding these like boxes that are emitting all this like all these signals and waves up to our brain? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's true.
I even like after that was like, wait, I'm wearing like wireless headphones and it's literally like wrapped around my head, like from like cut like pretty much a perfect like thing for my brain. Either side of my brain, I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Oh my god, I'm just thinking I literally work like as a receptionist now, and like my whole job is just ringing people up constantly on a mobile iPhone. On an iPhone, yeah. They have a work iPhone, yeah.
See, what you should get is like just the headset with the you know.
Oh yeah, like
hello,
I can do that.
Bronkyy speaking. You know what I mean? I'd love that.
Good idea.
And then you know when no one's calling, you got a bit of downtime. You can do your whole Britney Spears, like get up and be like, "Oh baby."
There's no downtime at my job.
Oh shit! Do you prefer having no downtime, or because downtime sucks at work? I mean, I don't work. I don't know. I'm lazy. But when I used to work, I mean, I liked a bit of downtime because my job was so like go. But at the same time, man, shit goes slow. It's like
I much prefer it like being go. As long as like say for instance it's like an 8-hour shift. Obviously you have your break, so like go have your break. But when you're actually on the floor working or whatever,
just have shit to keep you going.
Like,
100%. Because I always think like I was walking through a shopping center the other day, and they had it was one of those like open ones where they have no roof and it's like kind of like more of an outdoor.
Oh yeah,
you know, like
the outdoor shopping centers.
Yeah. And I thought if it rained, this place would be fucked. Like no one would come here. And Tay was like, well, they have some parts that are undercover. I'm like, yeah, some though. Like all the stores that are out pretty much with only like minimal coverage. Like no one would come up. And I was like, actually that'd be awesome. It'd be a rainy day and you'd wake up and be like, yes, I don't have to serve anyone today. But then Tay was like, that'd be so boring. I'm like, would it?
I guess it depends what job you have too.
Yeah, like if you're working in like just a retail kind of thing, I'm like, I just put like Netflix on my phone and just behind the counter just be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely working here. I'm sure there's a lot that they do when no one's there, but I feel like it just, I don't know. It just depends. Okay, you're going to call me a slacker, Bronkyy, but I remember back in my job, landscape maintenance, look, it was my family's business, right? And I was the boss's son, okay?
Okay, so I've been in the same situation.
If anyone got in my way, I'd tell Daddy. I'm going to tell Daddy what you've been doing, all right? And I'm going to be the best. Okay, I was never like that. I was actually literally the worst employee. I would turn up like towards the end before I finally said goodbye. I was rocking up like 3+ hours late.
What?
Yeah. I worked there for like a decade, like almost a decade.
Oh, okay. That's a long time.
I worked there since I was like 16, on and off. Like I was working there on my school holidays when I was 16.
Okay.
And
I've worked for my mum, and she owns a florist, and I did the deliveries for the florist. Like, I did driving around doing the flowers. Yeah. I was never 3 hours late. I was usually on time. But I get that because I used to just show up, like 10 minutes late, and I wouldn't really care. Like, I'd be like, oh, like, it's my mom, like, whatever.
But the problem is it's a slippery slope. I started pushing it a little bit more, and then
Yeah. But, like, yeah, it's good working for family. There's lots of benefits, but it's really bad because I don't think you should mix business with family. I don't think it works.
Oh,
I really
100%. I've said that. Even business and friends. Business and acquaintances. Get people you don't know. Then
exactly.
Then you can grill them and go, get to work, motherfucker.
110%
because it becomes awkward. I mean, even like doing like as like someone who was in a creative field as well, because I ran my own videography business and did photography and whatnot. And I did a couple of jobs for friends and family, which was totally fine. I never had any problems. But I know Tay did she runs her photography business now, and she did a job for a family member, and now she doesn't talk to him. Not because of her, but because the other lady was just really weird about it after. There was some weird shit.
Yeah.
And I said to her, just don't work. Like whenever she gets, well, I don't think she gets it now, but for a while there, she was getting a lot of stuff from like family saying, hey, can you do this? I'm like, don't do it. Just don't do it. Not worth it. And it's true. Like, yeah, money. Draw says money and friendships don't mix. Money and friendships or family,
they don't.
As soon as money and that mix, it just gets a bit weird. But I mean, I worked for my family for a long time, and I have like so much respect for my dad though. Like he works so hard. They only just sold the bit, or not sold it. They sold a lot of stuff from it, but they only finally closed up shop after 30 years of running that business.
Oh wow!
They closed up like late last year or early this year. I can't remember. It was pretty much after I left. They went for maybe like a year or so after that. And then I was like, nah, it's trying to get more workers and whatnot.
Oh, we can't bear without Matty. We're gonna close
it was definitely because I was the star work. I mean, I'd rock up 3 hours late, but then I'd get like triple the amount anyone else would. Of course. Because I was just so good at it. Actually, I really would. I was slow as hell as well. But just be there like picking up rubbish, just like, yep, that's one piece of rubbish in the bin. Now to look at my phone for 10 minutes before I pick up another piece of rubbish.
Exactly.
Like I would literally just put podcasts in my ears and just walk around, just stroll around, do a couple of things. As long as I got enough done that no one knows I hadn't done enough.
And because you knew at the end of the day you're always going to get paid.
Oh, exactly.
Like that's just
exactly.
Yeah.
Look, I'm making myself sound like I really was like the biggest sucker. I wasn't actually that bad.
With you.
But
I've been in that situation.
Yeah, like when I started that job, I was very like enthusiastic. As a young boy, first job, I was so excited. And my dad's a tough boss. And look, I actually get it. Like as a kid, you're like, fuck that guy. Fuck you, Dad. But as you get older, you're like, well, I respect the hustle. Like he works damn hard. Yeah. It's not until you get older and you realize how much effort, like you kind of think about someone other than yourself and you go, wow, actually he put in a lot of work. Like, yeah, big respect for my dad. He big inspiration. But I didn't see that as a kid. I was just like, fuck this guy. Like, you know, like I don't, but he just was a real stickler for quality. So I'd like, back when I started, I was like, I'm going to do the best job ever. And I'd be really like almost too driven and I'd fuck things up. So he'd kind of go off at me. So I got to the point kind of later in life where I'm like, I'll just do the bare minimum because then I can't be let down if he goes off on me for doing something wrong because I didn't really put in like, and it's almost a bad way to be though, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, working for fam, it's tricky. It is. I don't know. But yeah,
it's not great.
Yeah, I don't know how we got into this, but yeah, I was rocking up like 3 hours. So how did we get onto that? What was the segue point? Because there was probably something really like profound that I was trying to bring up about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know.
Wait, look at chat. What?
Yeah,
conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
Companies. Something about companies.
Talking about phones up to our ears.
Oh yeah.
Working. Slacking off. Because there's not enough to do. Yeah, we're getting to the point. Boss's son. But yeah, like aside from the last year or two rocking up like 3 hours or so late, I the worst combination, boss's son. But I also had an actual friend that worked with me that I knew for years before he worked for the dad. So we would work at the same sites, right? Like we'd go to different sites from my dad. But like I don't know what he was thinking, putting two best friends together at a place of work by themselves. So we go for lunch break, and And we used to have this shed area up the top of this site, right, where no one could really see us. It was like our own kind of special little area. That sounds weird. But my friend would always bring a tennis ball, and we'd always like have cans of Coke or whatever for lunch, and then we drink it, and we put rocks in the cans, put them like really far apart, and we just spend like an hour or so throwing the ball across to see who could hit it on the full. And sometimes we'd spend like 4 hours trying to hit the can, and then we'd hit the can and be like, "That was good, congrats!" And we'd be like, "Want to go again?" We go, "Sure." And we'd spend like the afternoon. Well, I guess it wouldn't be that long because it's usually after like lunch or something. But we'd get to like 15 minutes until we were about to pack up, and we go, "Holy fuck, we haven't done anything." And the panic would set
just
in.
quickly do something.
Oh my God. I have never moved so quick in my life. It's the realization of what time it was, and that my dad was going to rock up on site like maybe the next day and see how much we didn't do. And we'd be like, fuck, like look at each other like some sort of like, bro comedy. We'd be like, fuck, dude. And then we'd like grab all the equipment and just like bust out as much as we can do in 15 minutes. It was crazy. But those are some of my best memories. I mean, do you look back fondly on like time at the florist? Was that like a fun thing? I reckon working at a florist could be dope. I've like, on the odd...
It was alright. I mean, like the thing with the florist is like, it's a tough business to be in. So like I would constantly like have to listen to my mum complaining and being like, there's no money being, brought into the florist. Like it's a tough gig to work, to own a florist.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but like it was fun. It was pretty good. Like I got to take like a lunch whenever I wanted because I was just driving around doing the delivery. So if I felt like I wanted to go through the McDonald's drive-through, I could just do it.
Hell yeah!
I was already driving.
I've always thought like a job as a courier. It's like dream big, Matt. A job. Sorry if there's any couriers in the chat. Sorry if there's any couriers in the chat. I actually fucking would be like, I would love to be a courier. I'm almost like, if this stream thing doesn't work out, your boy's going to be a courier.
You say that, but then when you're a courier and you're driving around on the roads constantly, it's so exhausting.
You'll hate
life. How it is. Like, you're literally just sitting there, right? But after a shift of like 8 hours working as a courier, I feel like death. It's terrible. And like the customers you have to deal with delivering flowers as well when they're unhappy with their flowers. And like I've had a lot of like delivering to funeral places, like funeral homes, people crying to me. Like I've dealt with a lot of shit.
Oh man, what was like? Was there like a moment you remember where like someone was like, "Fuck these flowers"? Like, was there like a real? Or just you get a lot of like angry people always. That's life. But just like this one lady I remember, she was like an older lady, and I will never get the memory. This is gonna kind of put a damper on the stream. I love it. Good. But, sad story. Good.
Anyway, I was just doing my thing, doing like a normal. Yeah, I did get bitten by a dog. That's the other thing. But anyway, I was doing.
And that's not the story. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I just casually got bitten by a fucking dog. That's not the crazy story I'm about to tell you.
I'll tell you both. Okay, so first of all, this first one, I'll make it really quick.
No, take time.
I was doing the delivery, where you walk up to the door, you knock on the door, no one answered, so I was like, okay, I'll just like put them down. I went to put them down, and as I was doing it, an old lady came from the garage area, like walked around.
Okay.
And I was like, and she was like walking really slow, and she looked really like sad, and I was like, oh, okay. So like I walked over. I was like, hi, how are you? She didn't reply like at all.
Oh, that's creepy.
So yeah, it was a little bit because I didn't know like what to expect. Yeah. So like you never do. So she could be mental for all I know.
Yeah, I'm picturing some bit like horror themed in a way. But okay, continue.
Anyway, I went to give her the flowers, and she was really sad. She didn't really say anything, and I started to walk out. I was like, oh, well, have a good day. And then I opened the gate, and then I turned around, and she was just walking up to me like slowly, and like I looked up at her face, and I was like, are you okay? And she just broke down, and she was this really old, fragile lady, and she's like I don't want to like, I don't even remember what she said because this was years ago, but she was like, I don't want to like bring this to you, but my husband died this morning. And it was like my heart just dropped to the ground because, you don't expect that going to a delivery. And I've never felt more emotional in my whole entire life. And I had to hold back the tears.
I'd be a mess.
I had to hold back the tears because she was crying to me. I had to hold her hand and like rub it for her.
Fucking drop of a hat. She would have been comforting me by the end of it. I'd be like, oh my God. She's like, it's okay.
But the thing is, like, something came over me where I was like, you know what? I think it was my maternal instinct. I kind of like came out as like a mum, and I was like, you know what, it's okay. I'm gonna like protect her. I'm gonna like be there for her. So we spent a good like 15 minutes talking, and she told me that her husband went into hospital just for a cough, and he never came out because he got one thing after the other. He got like, I don't know, he found out he had Parkinson's, he found out he had this and that, all in the hospital. He caught something while in the hospital, and it just one thing after the other, and he ended up passing away in the hospital. And it was really depressing. And like, I don't think she had any family over or any friends over or anything. She was by herself. It's
like, how could no one like, it's kind of insane to think that she
That's
didn't have
probably
anyone.
why she's getting flowers, because maybe her family like lives interstate or who knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, you obviously don't know the situation, so I like spent a good 20 minutes just like standing there chatting to her, and I had to eventually leave, and I felt terrible for it, but I literally got in the car, I drove down the road, and I just bawled my eyes out.
Oh my God. How could you not?
It was the saddest thing I've probably ever heard.
That would stay with you, surely. Like
it has. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. To this day, it is. I hope she's doing okay, because that is just the saddest thing. And every time, like, I would drive past her house, I'd be like, oh.
Did she say? Yeah, I can imagine. Did she say how long they had been together?
Oh, I think she was like,
she meant like 6 months ago.
Yeah,
it was a bit of a fling. They got married real quick. Yeah.
No, a fling at like 80.
Oh, you're being ageist right now?
But it's just funny to imagine.
I bet there's a dating site.
Oh yeah, in the nursing homes, just hitting each other up, like.
Wait, there's got to be some shit that goes down nursing homes.
For sure. No, for sure. But yeah, no, like, I think she said they were together for like 50-something years or whatever.
Fuck.
So it was like So it was very depressing.
Life would never feel the same after that.
And that's what I think, yeah. A lot of old people, when their partner dies,
then they pass
die.
shortly after, yeah. I mean, I can totally imagine it. It's like your partner becomes part of you, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like saying with Tay, like we've been together for like 12 years now, all up, which is fucking insane. We've been married for like 8. And I just think, if I didn't have her, I'd probably die. One, because she takes care of me and I just don't know how to do anything for myself. But also emotionally, I would die.
Yeah, very much so. I think, imagine when you're like 80 and you've got her and like something happens, what are you gonna do?
I'll die first. I'm so unhealthy. I'll die. I'm like here eating like bags. I literally have empty bags of M&Ms and pretzels and stuff all over my desk right now. I'm so bad. Yeah, but you got time. You got like your 20s to eat as much as you want and abuse your body. I'm 30 now. I'm like, no, maybe I should stop like treating my body like I'm 16 and I can just.
Well, I have to limit myself because I have a lot of stomach issues because I get it from my mum. She has a lot of stomach issues and I get acid reflux really bad. So I have
acid reflux. Is that just like vomiting? Like what's acid?
It's like
I've heard of it.
I mean, you can vomit from it, but it's just like it depends how bad it is, but normally when I get it, it's just like you just feel really sick, and then you feel like acidic stuff kind of coming up your throat, and it's just like it like burns inside, kind of. It's like acidic stuff.
What sets that off? Like what? Like almost anything, or what? Like, what's the
just
go?
Like eating really unhealthily, I guess a lot of sugar.
Sign me up. So I need an intervention. I'm a mess.
But, man. I still have a lot of sugar, but it's just when I have a bit too much. So probably when I get older, it'll get worse. But for now, it's not too bad.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. I'm almost like it. And the problem is, for me, it doesn't show on the outside. Like I just look gangly all the time. I'm like, make me look fat, so I feel the need to do something about it. You know what I mean? It's an issue. I'm like, I wish I had that because it's almost like that outward appearance of putting on weight. It's almost like a kind of I should probably take care of myself. You know what I mean? But then when you don't put on, you're like, well, I'm probably just going to die. Wow, I've said, how many times I've never said on the podcast, I'm going to die. I've said it 50 times. I'm so sorry, everyone that's listening and watching, for the VODs and whatnot. I'm so sorry. You're probably trying to eat your bloody Cheerios and you're like, wow, this is morbid. But for real. I should probably take care of myself because you don't know what it's doing on the inside. That's a scary thing, you know. Like the whole sugar thing scares me. I love my sugar. It's like my drug, but it's like it's like so evil. Like it fucks your teeth up. Like it fucks your insides up. I mean, do you reckon it's a drug? I reckon it's a drug. I reckon it could. I reckon if it came out like today, like they just discovered it, it would be like, oh yeah, classified as a drug. Yeah,
even like if I have kids one day, I'm just worried to like give them a whole bunch of sugar and stuff.
You're like, are you giving them drugs? Is it going to be classified one day?
It's bad.
It's like, will it one day be classified as like an addictive drug? It's like,
well, it is addictive, so probably.
Yeah. So it's like, do you want to feed your kids that? But then do you want to be like the Nazi parents that are like, no, go to school with your Devon sandwich. I don't know. Yeah. Devon just sounds like the grossest thing to put on a sandwich. I don't know. You know, like lunch meats. I don't know. You know the name Devon? Sorry if there's any Devons in the chat. Why would you name your kid after a lunch meat? I've always wondered.
Why would you name your kid after a lot of stuff? There's a lot of bad kid names out there.
But what's worse than like a lunch meat?
Dick.
That's true. But then they can just go Richard.
True.
You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
Devon, like, what are you gonna do about that? Imagine calling your kid salami or like pepperoni. Hey, pepperoni or Peppy. I mean,
shout out to Peppy in the
chat. Call him shaved ham or something. Oh, shaved ham, get over here. First name
like
Ham,
a middle name and a first name,
Or like, shaved ham, middle name Ham. This kid's nickname you at school, Ham. Oh, you're Ham. You're Hammy, get over here. You're like, yes, sir. Did you have any nicknames at school? Was Bronkyy your nickname? Is that like...
my friends started calling me Bronk, and I added the Y on the end, so Bronkyy. But my nickname growing up was always just like Chook, because my name's Brooke. So,
right.
Like Chook.
Yeah. I just got like people calling me asshole and stuff, so it was like, it wasn't as lucky, but no, I got called my last name a lot. Just like, you know, like, hey, you know, I can't say my last name because then people, I'm so popular that people clearly dox me. I can't avoid it at this point. People outside my front door right now, it's insane. But yeah, like people just call me my last name. I don't know if I liked it. It's like I was saying the other day, it's almost like if you're a smart kid, you like try and like perpetuate, like start spreading like a nickname but you act like you don't like it. When people call you, you're like, stop it. Like someone's like,
that's actually so smart.
Yeah, because there was I don't know if you know the comedian Jim Owen. He's like kind of old now, but I used to watch him all the time. But he made the joke that back at school, he started calling himself the demi-sex squad from hell. And and started spread, like got a few friends to spread it. And when people call him, they'd be like, "Don't call me that." And then more people said it because he's like, I mean, I'm sure it didn't happen really, but it's a funny joke to think about.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Reverse psychology of nicknames.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine having that much IQ as a kid.
As a kid, yeah, I know, like, right?
What the hell?
I feel like I had like negative IQ or something. I don't know.
I was so dumb.
I was a dunce at school. Yeah. I'm like, why did no one like me? Oh, that's right. I was an idiot. I was a good kid though. Like I was a good kid at school. I can imagine you were a good kid. You know what I mean? You weren't like a rebel or anything.
No, I was very much a good kid. Like I'm not saying that to be like, oh, look at me, I was a good kid. But
us good kids need to stick together. Genuine. You know,
yeah. Like I never did anything my parents didn't want me. Like I was very.
You never had any moments where it was like. You rebelled.
I didn't have my first boyfriend until I was 17. My first kiss when I was 17. Like until I was out of school. Like literally, I was very much.
Yeah, same, but not by choice. Feels bad.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, not boyfriend, by the way, girlfriend. Let's just switch out. Yeah. Just in case anyone was like, Matt had a boyfriend at 17. Cool.
Hey, it's 2019.
Hey, exactly. Come at me, fellas. You know, Tay's got double the competition now. I'm just saying. Sorry, Tay. Because 2019. But yeah, so yeah, I don't know. It's like, I mean, is that like I had like those high school flings. You know what I mean? Where like it's like a 2-week thing, and then it kind of you don't talk to them the whole time. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Was that like you know like don't worry, your mum's not watching now. It's okay.
Yeah, no.
But she might flip over the tarot card tomorrow, and it might say. You know, it might give everything away. She might be getting visions right now. I'm just saying.
You know what though? I never had a fling ever, but I had one relationship. Not really.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so I was in year 8, I think, and he was in year 10, and I saw him at the bus stop. Like and that was also because I went to an all-girls school and he went to an all-boys school at the time.
Right.
But anyway, so I saw him and I'm pretty sure we started messaging on Facebook. We decided we were going to date.
Facebook,
we didn't speak to each other once, and it lasted 2 weeks.
2 weeks is the number. 2 weeks is the fucking number, I swear. Did it
actually lasted 2 weeks?
That's same with mine. I had two kind of little things before Tay, where someone actually liked me and I was like, sure, no one ever liked me, I'll take it. So, and they both lasted like 2 weeks, like pretty much dead on.
Yeah.
What is it? Conspiracy?
And we didn't speak at all.
Yeah, no, fuck. Oh, you don't dare talk to them. No, you might ruin it. You might ruin it. You just set it and forget it. You know.
But I was the one who ended it.
Okay. How'd you end it? Just by
messaging him on Facebook. I just said something like, "Oh, I don't think this is gonna work," or just something, you know.
Yeah, right. Mine. Okay. Do you want to hear how mine ended? My little fling.
How? Did they break your heart?
I've got trust issues, Bronkyy. No, I don't really. Oh. I don't really. I really don't. So there was a girl. She was a new girl at school, and she didn't know how, like the new girl, so good because they don't know your history. I was at that school my whole life. I didn't change schools ever. So I had plenty of embarrassing moments at school that everyone knew about. So I wasn't like the cool kid at school or anything. Not like now how I'm like super cool. Like completely 180. But at school, it's hard to believe I was super uncool. And this new girl came to school and she didn't know anything about my past. I was like, fuck yes, like this is good. So she hasn't been, what's the word? She hasn't been
phased,
soiled by my name.
Yeah,
that's a weird way to put it, but we'll go with that. Yeah, she hasn't been caught up to speed. So no. So I was just talking to her one day and she was laughing. She seemed to find me funny, and that's kind of cool. And then somehow, you had that whole thing where someone all of a sudden goes, "Ooh, I heard they like you," and you're like, "Really?" You're excited and shit. Like
you never hear it directly from them.
Although instantly I was like, "Nah, it's got to be a lie. That's a setup." Because I was like, no one ever liked me growing up. Literally, everyone hated. No, look, I was a good kid. I was very quiet and I was very slender. I was a very easy target. Now, don't mess with me. I'll bop you.
I was kind of the same though.
I'll bop you.
I was really quiet.
Yeah,
I was very conscious to myself.
Not to be sexist, but I feel like it's so different. As like a really quiet guy, like a skinny little quiet guy, you're more likely to get the bad. As a skinny little quiet girl, it's kind of endearing for everyone. They're like, "Oh, that's Brooke, and she's so nice." But for the guy, they're like, "Fuck that kid, fuck him." Pushing.
No, I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? Then again, I'm sure there's plenty of girls that quiet and they get bullied. As bullying is real, and let's put an end to it. I don't think it'll ever fucking stop. Kids are just trash.
It won't ever stop.
Makes you stronger though in a way. I do believe that. I don't think we should get bullied, but I do believe. I feel like I came out strong as hell.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so this chick didn't know anything about me, so I was like, cool, man. I found out she liked me, and I was like, yeah, sure. Tell her. I guess tell her I like her as well. I did. I thought she was nice.
You send your servants to go.
They're like, right away, sir, walk away. So anyway, so it just kind of happened, right? I guess like I don't know, I think we met up one recess or some shit and confessed our fucking like for each other, because love's a very strong word. So yeah, then we started. So this was before like Facebook. This was before MySpace, everything. This was before social media, really. This is kind of crazy. Like fucking old. So we had phones though, so I got her number and she got mine, and we'd like text like every night, right? And like, because I wasn't the cool kid, everyone was kind of questioning like how the fuck I like managed to get this, because she was quite an attractive girl. Like it was really weird. Like she was quite an attractive girl, and a lot of guys I think were keen. And I remember hearing this guy that was in the year above say really close by to me when I was by myself. He said, "How did Matty get like such a like hot girl," or something like that? And I was like, feeling like, oh yeah, like they, like I just kind of, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, yeah, damn straight. But I made the mistake of going and telling her that. I said, oh yeah, this guy in the year above was like, how did Matty get such a hot girl? I was like, and it kind of put me down without me thinking about.
And then made her feel better than you. Yeah.
So she all of a sudden just went quiet. just ghosting on everything. Weren't talking at school, but it was like it's really awkward. Like, do I talk to her? And eventually, like, I thought, and I just was like, I should go talk to her and break this off before she hurts me. So I asked if I could talk to her during lunch. Met her at the flagpole or some shit like that. what the kids do? I think it was at the toilet block or some shit. And I was like, hey, we haven't been talking much. We should probably just call it, you know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, I agree. Yeah, sorry, And I was like, yeah, I think it's just for the best. I'm like, wow, she's actually breaking up with me right now, but I'm like trying to do it, but I was there. I was like reactionary breaking up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll get to it. It's like before you get fired, you're like, you can't fire me. I quit. You know what I mean? It was like that. So we broke it off, and then like 2 days later, I was driving there. I repeated. So I was like at the age of the kid that was in the grade above me. And I went to hop in my car at the end of school, and he had parked his cool van right across from me, and she was hopping in the van with him.
Oh no.
And I was like, that's awkward. I just drove away like, well, that's what happened, all right? Good to have some confirmation.
So sad.
Yeah, it was like, I remember getting home and just sitting by my window and looking out the window for like 2 hours straight.
No, I've done that before when I'm sad. Just like looking out the window, just like,
yeah, I remember it. I remember coming home from school. I wasn't even sad. I think I was at the point where I was happy just to have confirmation in a way, because it was like, why did she stop liking me? But I learned not to trust anyone. No, I'm not like that. Actually,
and that's where your trust issues begun.
Yeah, it's funny. I feel like that would scar a lot of people. For me, it didn't, because I think Tay came along very shortly after that.
Okay.
Oh, actually, I think the thing with Tay was that we kind of had something a little bit before that, but she had just gone out of a relationship. She was like, and then she was kind of like, oh, I'm not quite ready. So we kind of called it 2 weeks.
So you guys knew each other in high school?
Yeah, so it's all of this. Yeah, so Tay and I are high school sweethearts. Yeah.
Oh, high school sweethearts.
And she had just gone out of like a 3-year relationship with a guy at school, like that she'd kind of been with for quite some time. And then we kind of, I don't know. I was the only guy in art class. You know what I mean? Like, so I pretty much had my chance to woo the ladies. So I kind of got lucky there. But yeah, Tay and I started talking to that. But yeah, like we had like 2 weeks of kind of like, ooh, like a little bit of fling. And then she was like, oh, it's a bit early. But then after this girl broke my heart, getting into the van, Tay kind of came back into the picture and was like, hey, you still keen? So yeah, so it all worked out. So I think that kind of made it okay. I think if maybe you know what? Now I'm thinking about shit. Maybe if Tay hadn't have come into the picture, I would have been like a bitter old man now.
Oh,
I didn't have enough time to. Dwell on it. Yeah, she protect. Yeah, I just saw something I should say, but I won't say it. It was a good joke, but it's probably too much.
After stream.
You know when you think of good things, and you're like, this is the internet. I should probably like tone it down a little bit. It's so hard. Have you ever said, I can't imagine you've had a moment where you've said something on stream where you've gone, well, shouldn't have said that. Have you ever had a moment where you'd like instantly like, well, I fucked up?
Sure. Not really like Monka TOS stuff, but I've definitely like, I feel like I'm the type of person who overshares. And I was even talking to like Tricky in the chat like earlier, and I was like, oh, like what if I go on the podcast and like overshare something I probably shouldn't talk about, because I'm a very open book. Like I'll talk about anything, like sex, relationships, like my past relationships, everything. Though. And like I feel like it's fine. Like I'm okay to do that, but it A, makes some people uncomfortable, and B, like, you know, you kind of look back on it and you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have.
Oh, I've had plenty of things like that. Even just in the short 17 episodes of the podcast, I would like listen back to the podcast to try and pull clips for YouTube. And I've definitely had some moments where I've had to close the thing. I'm like, I just got to leave the room for a minute. I can't believe I said that shit.
Yeah. It gets like that.
But at the same time, like, but people love it. People, like, it might make yourself even uncomfortable watching it back, but people love when someone goes in on something a little bit and it's a bit awkward, uncomfortable. Like, not everyone might like that. But God, I mean, on the internet, we feed on shit like that. Like that kind of entertainment. People love it.
We feed on drama. Like a lot of the internet feeds on that.
As long as I'm not in it, I'm okay.
Same.
I struggle with drama. I get really shaky. If I always get confronted, I get really like, even if I'm excited about it, even if I feel like I'm like winning the drama or something, like I get this weird rush of adrenaline because I'm not used to drama. And I'll be like, oh my God, I destroyed that guy. I destroyed him. That Twitter battle was insane. I'm like, why can't I stop shaking? Oh God, am I dying? There we go again. It's like,
no, I'm the same.
Have you had drama like since being on Twitch? Like, has there been any? Like, I can't even imagine. I can't fucking.
No, I've never really had. I guess I've never like spoken badly. I don't think about anyone. For me, the thing is with me is I will stand up for myself very much. Like if anyone messes with me, I will stand up for myself and I'll stand up for others as well. And like, it doesn't always end up being the best outcome. Like I've lost friends from it. I've lost this. I've, left this from it. But it's like, at the end of the day, I'm going to stand up for myself.
Yeah,
so.
No, I agree with that. And if you're standing up for yourself, then there's probably a reason for it. And then those friends probably weren't. They just weren't the ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the way I look at it. Yeah,
100%.
Sure.
No, I've definitely had stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like...
But I've never had, like, actual drama with anyone. I just want to put that out.
Yeah, right. There's still time. Let's start some fake beef. Bronkyy, you suck.
Oh, you want to go, Matty? You want to go?
Oh, you hear about this on Twitter, right? You're going to hear about this on Twitter.
We're going to have a Twitter drama fight later.
Oh my God, why am I shaking so much? This is crazy. You shaking? I'm not shaking. I'm good. Well, fake beef is even getting me a little bit nervous. I said something on the podcast recently about a person, but I didn't say their name. That I didn't even think they knew I existed, but someone in my chat knew who I was talking about, even without saying the name, and they posted it. They clipped it and sent it to the person on that it was about.
Actually, I have a funny. Okay, you go.
Okay, yeah. So this guy, he actually tweeted at me with the clip and said something about it, but I stood by what I said, and I said it in a very it wasn't me attacking him. It was giving my opinion. He did it was a guy that did now it's gonna happen again probably, but it was a guy I think shoeies are dumb. That's my thing. I just fucking hate shoeies. I think.
Okay, I know. God. I think I already know who.
Yeah, and he did a shampoo where he pours alcohol into it. Look, I have no problem with the guy. I literally don't. I actually think he seems like a pretty decent dude. But this moment I just thought was dumb. And he posted this video of him putting alcohol into a shampoo bottle and drinking it and vomiting everywhere. And I kind of went in on him a little bit, and I said it just seemed pathetic and desperate for attention, which it did.
Yeah.
And the clip got back to him, and he tweeted at me publicly with the clip saying, "Oh, thanks for giving me the attention I so desperately craved," or something. I was like, "Whoa!"
Oh,
and I just hit him back and said, "Well." I said, I stick by what I say, dude. I said it in a friendly way. I wasn't upset or anything. I was like, oh, fair, cool. It got back to him. I didn't say his name though or anything, but. But I said, when you put something on the internet for all to see, you have to be okay. You have to be prepared that people are going to have their opinion on it.
For the backlash,
You put something. I said if you didn't want people's opinions or attention, it would have stayed on your camera roll on your phone. You know what I mean? People put things up, and you hope that people receive your content in a positive way or that they like it. But you that's a risk you put up when you put stuff up on the internet. And I think he tried to beef a little bit on it, and I just was like, I'm good. That's what I needed to say. But
it's good that you didn't continue the beef, though.
No, and it was very friendly, like kind of lighthearted, but I couldn't tell if he was serious. I'm like, I think we're just having...
I think he probably low-key was.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he didn't unfollow me on Twitter or anything, so I was like, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think he was just chill. I mean... Like, I think I had nothing wrong with the dude, but I was like, I hope I didn't really, I mean, I don't know, maybe I went a bit in on him, but I didn't say who it was. That was the thing. I didn't say the name, so now I'm like, should I be careful when I would just randomly, some guy in my chat knew who exactly I was talking about?
You could have just hit him back with I wasn't even talking about you.
Yeah, you weren't actually the first person to do a shampoo. Heaps people done it for you. I mean, I was talking to Metal Maniac Matt, right? One of the first podcasts I did, and he was telling me about how he found this clip of some woman on an airplane bathroom, and she was licking the toilet seat and filming it, and she posted it up somewhere. What? Yeah, she was licking the toilet seat and filming it, and she posted it, obviously for attention. And I was like, that's so weird. Why would you do that? And I was like, that's a weird fetish. And then Matt was like, I'm going to quickly try and find the clip. So he searched it up, and then he apparently, from trying to search for that, apparently there was just a whole bunch of people, just endless amounts of people filming themselves licking toilet bowls. And
that's just like, actually disgusting.
It's insane. It's fucking insane. But it's like, it also is a thing, at that point, what hasn't been done? Like, you can't, Like, if you think you've done something first, you probably haven't. No matter how weird, no matter how insane it is, like, other than you jumping into a fucking black hole at this point, good luck. You ain't doing anything different. You, like, someone has, like, if you think you're the first to lick a toilet bowl, there's probably someone that's done that though. They're like, am I getting clout yet? Am I famous? Oh, please make me famous. And then they've like looked up and be like, I probably should have done my research first. I wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm just
God
literally just another person that licked a toilet bowl. Cool, man.
I actually have a story about.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I actually used to. Well, I was friends with this streamer, and it was a girl. I'm not gonna say who, obviously.
Okay.
But she didn't really have many viewers. I think she had it was 5 viewers at a time. Like I'm saying this for the context.
Throwing shade. Throwing shade.
Well, she deserves it. But anyway, context.
Drama. Drama.
She doesn't even stream anymore. Anyway.
Oh
look,
my. Oh yeah. You
anyway.
You kicked her out of town.
Anyway,
no, continue.
So yeah, I went. It's not even really her, but anyway, I was like watching, and I'm like friends with her, right? So I'm like talking in chat.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I get like kicked, and I'm like not kicked. What is it?
Banned?
Timed out or banned?
Oh, you got
timed out. Yeah, I got timed out just randomly, and I was like, what? And then I saw who timed me out, and it was one of my ex's friends. And I was like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Okay.
Anyway, so I was like, okay, whatever. Then I was like, so I wonder. So I went back onto her VODs, and I watched through the VOD, and I was just skipping through, and all of a sudden I hear my ex's voice. I'm like, okay, interesting. So then I'm listening to it, and I'm literally hearing him talking shit about me on her stream after we've broken up. Saying the most disgusting things about me ever.
How soon after the breakup was this?
Weeks, not even weeks. I don't think. Very, very, very soon. Very raw. And he was saying the most disgusting things, I wanted to just beat her face in and stuff like that. Disgusting. Actually disgusting. And I'm not even kidding.
And he was saying this on a live platform.
On a live. He did tell me because afterwards I confronted him. In his defense, he said he didn't know it was live. But still, why would you talk about me in that light? Not long after we spent 4 years together.
Oh no, he sounds like a good dude now. He sounds like a good dude. What the fuck? That's insane.
And his friends were like, oh yeah, she's taking photos with my own dog for clout. And all this stuff, they're all going in on me, and the girl was laughing about it, and they were just being disgusting. And the fact that I went into the stream afterwards and I was like, hey girl, what's up? And they were just talking shit about me. So I clipped it. I literally clipped it. Petty asked me. I clipped it.
No. And that's not petty.
I titled it LOL.
Oh shit. I heard. Oh man, the best one you out them.
LOL. And then I literally sent it to him, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he was like, oh, I didn't know it was live, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you got sprung, boy. You got sprung.
Yeah, and then straight away she deleted the clips, deleted the VOD.
I bet she did.
The funny thing is, I thought I had recorded it on my phone because I screen recorded it. I was like, I know she's going to delete it. So I screen recorded it, but I screen recorded it without volume.
Oh,
so I don't have the clip.
You just have her looking like a bloody angel sitting there, not the part that matters. Oh,
it was just so. I was fuming after that. I've never been more upset in my whole entire life.
And the problem is that you could have gone on for so long. If you hadn't have seen that, you could have gone on for so long with them just talking shit behind your back, and you wouldn't have known.
Yeah, it's just crazy that I don't understand how she was not oh, by the way, I'm streaming. Well, he was saying all that.
Oh, he knew.
I don't know.
He knew, surely.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying as well. Because earlier when I said she only had 5 viewers, that's for context, so you don't because I didn't get sent anything because she didn't have many viewers, so it wasn't many people knew.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay, I'm curious. Can I ask quickly about the the breakup?
Yeah.
Was it did you break up with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that'd be weird if he broke up with you and it's I want to smash your face in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was reactionary as fuck. He was clearly feeling a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
And I get that. Like, it was like, it's
not
totally
not condoning what he says, by the way. But,
No, not what he said. But just like, I get like being angry and frustrated over that because we were together for 4 years. So it was a very long time.
Wow. Okay, shit.
And we had a dog together and everything. And it was like very traumatic.
Yeah. I can imagine.
But he got the dog. I didn't get the dog.
Really?
Even though she was like my dog.
How does that get settled? Like, how does something like that get settled with a dog?
It was hard because we had conversations like, oh, if we ever break up, then like I get the dog, right?
Wait, you had conversations about that already?
No, but like we would like joke about it, like, she's my dog, sort of thing. Like, I don't know.
I guess Tay and I have done that as well. We've got 2 dogs, and I know which one I take, and she knows which one she'd take. So it works out well.
Yeah.
So
we were practically married though. Yeah, because anyway.
Should have split it.
Yeah.
To split the dog.
Just in half.
I'm just saying, to share. Let's share is caring.
Anyway.
Sorry for the dog lovers. I do like dogs. Don't cut your dogs in half. I'm just saying. That's a bad idea.
I love dogs.
If someone actually listened to me for the first time ever and actually cut their dog in half and be like, yeah, I asked you guys to retweet all my shit, and the thing you listen to is me telling you to cut your dog in half. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I see how that works. I was gonna like and retweet my shit, yet the dog cutting was the thing you picked up on. Okay, all right, get him out of here. So how do you get the dog?
So I moved back in with my parents, and my parents didn't want a dog. They were like, no dogs, we're not allowing any dogs, and they already had 2 dogs. So, and it was a very small house. So I was like, I don't know. And then I also knew in the back of my mind I wanted to move to Melbourne too.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, it's kind of cruel for me to have the dog and then be moving her around and, all this sort of stuff. And so I was like, just for the dog's sake, she might have a better life. This is a whole nother story, by the way, but my ex lost my dog about 4 times. And my dog was missing for 2 months. And
before the breakup or after the breakup?
After the breakup. He lost her on New Year's Eve and she didn't get found until a couple of weeks ago.
That's such a... wait, really? But he actually found her after...
Someone found her.
New Year's Eve is such a time for that, though, with all the fireworks going off and all the dogs.
But it was his fault because he left her home knowing that she was afraid of loud noises and he went out to party. Yeah. So I feel like it was super irresponsible and like... Just I've never been more bitter over a situation ever in my whole entire life. That's
terrifying. I know how terrifying it is when you lose your pups. We had both our pups get out and we lost them for like the afternoon. It was terrifying. Like because they're like our family. But we had a guy that came over to what was he doing? He's checking something out the back of our house. But when he left, he didn't shut the gate properly. And I wasn't home. I was out working. And I got a message from Tay saying the pups are gone. Oh no! I came home from work and I jumped on stream, and I guess we thought the pups were just chilling outside, which we don't. They're barely outside now. They're always inside now. Yeah. I guess after that we're extra like we're never letting you go. Eyes like bulging out of their heads. We're like we're never letting you. But yeah, like that week I came home. I started my stream up, and all of a sudden I was streaming and Tay, I think, messaged me. It was like, the pups aren't here. I was like, what the fuck? So I shut my stream down. And I went out and I just hopped on my bike and rode around everywhere.
It's like adrenaline. Like you're like, oh my God. And what?
Yeah, and it's like, and you think you're just like, I'll find them. They couldn't have gone too far. But we didn't know how long it had been since they got out, and because the guy had left ages ago. And I don't even know how he didn't notice the gate. I think it was only open like slightly. But yeah, I went everywhere, and we live near a lot of bushland. And
that was the same thing.
Yeah, and there's like a big lake nearby, and there's ducks. And I know that when we take them for walks, they try and chase the ducks, and they've actually run into the lake a little bit before. So I'm like, oh shit. So I was, your mind starts thinking they're probably dead. But I was like, I hope they're okay. Like, you imagine that they're being run over by a car because they're so dumb, but I love it. But Tay put up I think she put a call out on like this Facebook community page. And then later that night, like only a couple hours later, someone was like, we found your dogs on that Facebook community page.
Yeah, that's what we did too.
And the crazy thing was, it was literally, they were just down the street. The pups had only gone like just down the street, and these kids had found them, just taking them home until someone found them. And I was like, thank fuck. And it's like, it's terrible. It's like losing your kids. It's like thinking like, wow, we might never see them again. So yeah, I can that's crazy that you got them back like so long later though.
this results back to when I met you for like at that bar. That night I was struggling a lot because that I think had been either that day I found out that my dog was missing because she went missing another time. This was the first time she went missing that day, or it was like a week after or something, and I was like losing hope. So I was like really like low-key depressed at that party.
Oh fuck!
Or at that bar. So
you didn't show. You hit it well. Yeah, it's crazy.
I tried.
Oh man, I'd be losing my shit.
And because I was in another state, so I couldn't
what can
do
you
anything.
do? Yeah, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't have been able to tell. Man, you must have been going through some shit.
Oh yeah.
That's like
it was a lot.
Sort of mental shit dealing.
I don't know how I did it. I'm just like, what even happened?
That's insane. So what got you in Twitch? Like, I'm curious. Like, what what got you started on Twitch? Like, what was the moment you're like, I want to stream? Like,
yeah. Well, for me, I only really got into gaming probably a couple years ago, maybe like 3 years ago. Like, not that long ago at all.
So when you were a mere child.
Yeah,
I'm so old.
When I got my first like computer and stuff like that.
Oh hell yeah!
And I got into gaming, and then I think I found out about Twitch, and I thought, oh yeah, this could be fun. Like I literally went into it just thinking, oh, like I think it'd be so fun to stream and have people in the chat like talking to me.
Yeah.
Like I just thought it would be like the funnest thing ever. But I never got to stream for a while because we had such bad internet that I couldn't.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to start like earlier.
Because I'm kind of like, did I ask you this already at the start? But you said you took like 6 months off or something after you started. Was that it? Like, it was just that you?
Yeah. So I started. We moved into a house that had NBN, and so I started in July 2017, and then I just stopped for no reason. Just felt like stopping.
Yeah, that's.
I don't really know why.
Yeah. No, I've had so many start and stops, like 3-month breaks at a time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like but that's the thing, because I just could never figure out what I wanted to do. Like, Twitch can be tricky, like, when it's like, can kind of be hard to find, like, your place. Like, whether it's like, what game am I going to play, like, religiously? Am I just going to talk religiously?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out. I don't know.
It's hard. I mean, it's like trying to, like, find your niche in a way, and that's where I've settled on this. I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good, I'll stick with this. But for 3 years I had no idea. I tried the IRL streams and stuff like that. And it's like it's tricky. It's hard to find, like, because obviously people say consistency in a lot of ways, including like what you play or what you do on stream is important in growth. I mean, like, do you have any, like, what kind of streamer would you pin yourself as, like, a certain type of streamer? Would you say you just do a bit of everything, like, or is there like a type of streamer that you kind of like, oh, I'd like to like end up in that kind of?
I would say I'm pretty much like, the way I format my streams is I started off with just chatting. I do that for like an hour. It just give or take. It just depends. And then I jump into normally Fortnite first, because for me, it's like Fortnite, I enjoy playing it, but also I know a lot of my audience enjoys it as well. So it's like a bit of both. And then after Fortnite, if I still feel like streaming, I'll jump into something else. Like last night, I did just chatting Fortnite, and then I jumped into Scribblio just randomly with a bunch of friends.
I get triggered at that game, by the way.
I'm so bad at spelling. That's the thing. I can't spell properly.
Yeah, that's the point in time where I go, man, I should have paid attention at school. Could have helped in this game. I think it's good to. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, Fortnite's one of those things. Like, I wonder how long it's going to last for, because like even when Apex can't win rate 100%. Oh man, yeah.
It's like a thing on my stream. Like, we knew about having a 100% win rate.
Well, I mean, what's the stats looking like of Fortnite? What's the stats looking like?
It's 100% win rate. So perfect.
Exactly. You heard it here first. You fucking heard it. I mean, Lewis said, I hope Fortnite just stops now. I actually have no problem with it. I mean, have you seen that they're doing like the crazy like world champs now, and people have the chance to get to play in New York for like $50,000 plus.
So much
crazy
money.
now. Like kids are just making like a couple of thou like in an afternoon. I know there's a lot of build up to that. I'm like, I stopped playing Fortnite. Why? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I stopped at a good time when now they're handing out free money. I know I was never good enough to get to that stage, but I'm like...
Yeah, I'm not good enough for that.
I mean, that game is a little bit unstoppable still, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, I don't think it's going to die soon.
No.
I think it'll go for a while. Everyone said it was going to die when Apex came out, and I knew it wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't.
They're two totally different beasts. Yeah,
it is, yeah.
Cover your scribble. Oh, I bet.
I came first once. I don't know if you were playing when I came first, but yeah.
Man, I have to jump in for a games at some point.
Yeah,
I haven't played it in ages. I just remember I played it on stream, and something triggered me to the point where I'm like, that's how I'm not playing anymore. I think everyone was kind of just jerks to it. I was like, fuck you guys.
And it can get really inappropriate too, and it's kind of like
like anything like that. Like with Jackbox. Jackbox is like a
real... yeah.
You risk your stream at that.
You gotta trust your viewers with this.
Yeah. I mean, but at the same time, it's a fine line because if it's too vanilla, like if there's not enough sauciness in the jokes, it's a bit like, like I like a good dirty joke, but there's a point where you kind of go, this is not good for Twitch. I'll probably get banned.
Yeah, it's hard, like finding the fine line because I like I said, I'm an open book. I'll talk about anything, but then it's like with stream, you have to be very careful.
You have to dial it down just a little bit. And that's the thing, and I find actually dialing like my humor or just things I say or do in streaming has dialed me down in ways outside of streaming, because you're like, well, I better be careful what I say or do, even just in my day-to-day life, because it's going to come out on stream eventually if I don't try and like clean up my act a bit. Not that I'm like going around saying like horrible things, but you know what I mean, just certain things that you're like, maybe I should try and just be a bit careful, because...
Yeah, this is like, sorry to cut you off.
This
is like super random, but while Bobby's in the chat, I just want to like quickly shout out to him, because when I did first start streaming, him and I, like, we used to stream together and we would have like viewers together. Yeah, me and Bobby go like way back. Like one of my closest friends. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he like helped me a lot, like get into streaming, because he had a lot of experience in casting. Like you've already done an interview with him, so you already know. But
wait,
like he had a lot of...
No, I was kidding.
Oh really? I was gonna say, like,
we talked
about it.
We talked about it.
Yeah, and like he did lots of casting, and like he knew a lot of Twitch streamers and stuff like that, and so like he got me into it and like helped me and kind of like guided me. So
awesome!
Quick little shout out,
Bobby
to you,
J. Goodness me, just helping people across the world. Absolute legend. No, Bobby's an absolute legend. Big shout out. I would like to also take the time to shout out Sir Bobby J, the fourth or the first. I don't know which one he is.
The fourth.
He's the fourth. Yeah, he's actually a clone. Yeah, that's why he streams so much. He gets his clones out. Yeah, he's quite an amazing human. I know you're a bit of a... All the ASMR heads out there.
Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, you're a bit of a Twitter fiend. You've got like a couple of follows. Yeah, you got a couple of follows.
Oh, that's only because when I was with Paradox, they did a giveaway, and then I got free follows from it. I mean, I did have like
giveaway time,
like a couple hundred. I did have a couple hundred, but
you're like 1,000 something.
I got a big boost from that. Yeah.
Let me just double check before I bring this up. A little bit more ASMR there. Double check here. Okay, so look, I don't know if this is a bit of a quinky dink. Are you a bit of a pothead by any chance?
A pothead?
Yeah, just like toke up the old the devil's lettuce. Do you like to smoke the ganja? Do you like to blow a bit of that magic Okay, I don't know. Didn't know if you were trying to tell us that. You're just following 420 people, so I just thought maybe there's some sort of...
I am. I saw that today, and I was like,
is she trying to convey some sort of message? And so I better just double...
I'm legit not following anyone else. Like, I'm leaving it at that.
Okay, yeah, because, you know, as we know, in America, I mean, not so much here, but it was just 420, the 4th of April... Wait, the 20th of April.
20th of April.
But for us, it doesn't work because of the way we do our dates, but it is what it is. Yeah. But, you know, and I thought, okay, maybe she's getting amongst it. Maybe she just was like, I need to follow more people. Follow. And just get up to that 420. And I was like, okay, look, I just wanted to just flesh that out. just to make sure, you know what I mean? Because I thought I can't be the only one wondering this. I thought there might be some mess. I was looking at all the numbers. I was like, I had my whiteboard. I'm like, what can this mean? I'm writing all the numbers on, you know, who you follow. I'm like, this has to add up.
All the calculations in your brain.
Just coming out. I'm like doing that whole thing there. I just thought I'd check, but that's right. No, good lie though. I get it. You do like a bit of Magic Dragon, and that's okay.
Bobby just roasting me in chat.
Oh yeah, you know. But, okay.
Classic.
So I know you liked this tweet recently as well.
Okay.
God, it got me a little bit emotion. But the one of the recent one of the dad that bought his kid that setup, the PC setup. Did you see the follow up? The kid.
The video of the kid reacting.
Kid then.
Yeah, I saw that. How adorable is that?
It was like, I didn't know which one to retweet when I
But
retweeted.
also, what I was thinking is, how does he have so much money?
Okay, thank you. He's a drug lord. Just
I was like,
transitioning into the next thing I want to talk about. That dad obviously sells drugs. All right, we need to get.
How does he have so? He's like, oh yeah, I got my kid the best of the best Fortnite keyboard
everything.
and like.
The PC looked like it was like $10,000 worth of gear. I thought we need to get that kid to safety. So I've sent protective services over to his house. They've removed the child. He was screaming about he wanted his PC or something. I don't know. They took him to safe. They took him to a nice, like, just safe environment, drug free. But yeah, I was thinking like, how the fuck that dad's
he's loaded.
Oh man, just bought. Yeah, I
mean, it's cute, but also it's like, then you think about the money and you're like, wait, that's kind of like,
My parents never bought me anything that expensive.
I mean, I was lucky. My parents were pretty like generous to me. I feel like I was very spoiled. But then again, it also comes with the fact that my parents were pretty well off. Not like they weren't rich, but they like were pretty well off. And I also, like I mentioned earlier, I have one older brother who's like.
But yeah, he was well on his way.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, because I mean that's the thing. Like my parents weren't like, I mean, like because they ran their own business and whatnot. I think it was like they had the ups and downs, and they did buy me like things here and there, but definitely not a fucking like PC setup. That's for sure. I remember as a kid, I asked them for one of those. Do you remember as a kid, you know, those cars you can actually like drive and they have the big battery in the front. Like it's meant for like really young.
When you're
kids.
like a toddler.
Not even a toddler. Like you could be like even 8 and still probably hop in it and kind of.
Like, okay.
Like for kids, they made like slightly big ones. But probably when I was like 6 or something, I was like, that's all I wanted, and they never bought it for me.
Oh.
And I was so mad. I still hold it against them, but that's fine. I remember actually Fruit Loops had like a competition where you could win a Fruit Loop branded version of one of those cars. And I would actually take the box. I was such a stupid kid. I'd take the box down to my swing set down the back, you know, in the garden. And I'd just sit there just looking at like, you'll be mine.
Oh my God.
I never entered, but no, I did enter. But mum would be like, look, I just don't want you to get your hopes up. And be like, no, that's all right, Mum, I'm going to win it. I didn't win it, but yeah, you know, I learned just not to enter competitions because you don't win that shit. Have you ever won anything? Have you ever fucking won something?
Other than the pageant, no.
Man, some people
I am a loser.
Oh my God, Tay has a friend that has won trips overseas, money, trip tickets to almost every concert you can imagine.
God.
And we're trying to work out what it is. She'll call it, she always wins on radio stuff. Like almost once a week, she seems to win something of good monetary value.
God.
Like she won a trip to America. Like she wins tickets to all like, you know, like Pink, Katy Perry, all that shit. Like,
my God, I try, but I
to the point she won't buy tickets because she's like, oh, I'd rather just try and win them first.
Oh my God. Hey, if you've got a good track record, you might as well.
Here's the thing. I think she goes a little deep on it, right? We're here thinking she probably enters once. She not only enters on her phone and like she'll be trying to call the radio stations apparently, but not just with her phone, but with like her boyfriend's phone. She probably has like 10 other phones.
Yeah.
So she's like, call it all at once, you know, 10 dial fingers.
Puts lots of effort into it.
She's got 10 phones and she uses her fingers. She's like, boop, 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 boop. Calls one. Like just listens to all of them. Like which one's going to answer? It's insane. Like it's fucking insane. But she wins so much shit. And I'm at that point where I'm like, just get a fucking job. I think she does have a job. But it's like, just get a job and you'd probably like, it'd be less work and you'd probably make more money to just buy that shit. I don't know. It's crazy. The weird, wonderful world of people that enter like competitions almost professionally. It's insane.
I know.
It's insane. But then she wins heaps of shit, so she's obviously unlocked the
secret. Yeah, you kind of can't even be like... It's like you want to be jealous of them, but then at the same time, it's like...
Nah, I'm jealous as fuck. But at the same time, I don't enter anything, so how can I be jealous?
Yeah.
But I was like,
at the same time, it's a lot of effort to...
Yeah, it's like almost like you should be like, well, good job, actually. You put in a lot of work. But it's like you think about people like that out there, and then you enter like one competition once. And it's like you're up against this motherfucker with like 50 phones. They're like, doo, doo, doo. They've probably got some robotic system that calls like 50 phones, like just... You know, all these little fingers just dangling.
But then again, you got to be in it to win it. You never know. Your 1% could win it.
I mean, it's like the people that buy like shit tons of lottery tickets, and the guy that just was coming home from work was like, just take a punt and buy one ticket, please. And then he wins like $30 million. Oh, do they go in on the lotteries?
My parents have put lottery in the same numbers for literally like 30 years or something. Like long.
And they can't change the numbers.
They can't change because mum's like, if we change...
It will be those numbers.
Yeah, she would actually never... Yeah.
They're a slave to the beast. Like, at that point, it's like you're like the week that we don't... The week that we don't buy a ticket or put our numbers in, whatever you do, I've never done I've never done the lottos, but it's like, yeah, you'd be like at that point, you're like, no, we've come too far to go back now. It's crazy.
Exactly.
Oh, I'd be the same. As soon as I've even done it for like a month, I'd be like, yeah, I need to keep going now, because as soon as I don't. But you know the crazy thing is, they'd have like the like after like or during certain like popular primetime shows on TV, they'd have the Powerball, come up and they pull the balls up through the machine. They'd be like number 38, and then there's number 6, and the balls would all come. And they'd be like, now for what are the 2 little ball numbers that come out after the constellation, the backup numbers? Do you ever what I'm talking about, right? Like on TV.
Yeah.
And the lady just stands there. She's like, all right, our first number for tonight is 87. But then they have 2 other numbers. What is that number? Can someone help me? They're called something.
I have no idea. I've never entered like Powerball.
No, me neither. But like always as a kid, I just 27 was my number. Supplementary supplementary. Thank you, draw.
I wouldn't have known.
And you know what? I was waiting for draw. I wasn't thinking of anyone else that was going to get back to me on that. Just draws. I was like, Drawser will help me. Thank you, Drawser. Wikipedia, Drawserpedia.
Drawser knows everything.
He does. He just always hits me with the answer. I love it. I'm gonna start calling Drawserpedia. So I would always say 27. My sister would pick like different numbers every time, and we'd just kind of say a number just for fun and see if that number comes up. I don't think my number ever came up in years. Like, I don't think I ever saw 27. I maybe saw it like once, and that's one number out of having to pick how many numbers, like 7. And as a kid, I'm like, I'm never gambling. I can't even pick one number, let alone like 7 numbers in a row in a particular
Have you
order.
ever, like, when you go to the pubs and there's like the what is it called, Keno?
Keno, no, I haven't.
Have you ever? Okay, well, little fun fact: if any of you guys are gonna play Keno, always pick number 21, because it like legitimately normally always comes up.
Really? Well, isn't 21 like some sort of a lucky number? I know 7's seen as like, I swear 21's
I
some sort of
always
lucky
see
number.
it come up.
21,
always.
Really? I'm an
Yeah,
idiot.
so
I think 27.
I mean, that's just on Keno though. I don't know if it's like on Powerball and stuff like that. But
I mean, but it's like, do you reckon that's a thing, or do you reckon that's a little bit like superstition?
But that's the thing. Like, it could be superstition.
Maybe you're looking out for it. Like,
but like, it's like every time, because I don't enter it normally, but like every time I'm like looking up at the screen, it's always 21. I'm like, oh my god! And then like the other day, we went to get chicken parmas at the pub. And like Marty, Darren and I was like, because we wanted to enter Keno, and I was like, guys, put number 21 on. They didn't put number 21 on, and 21 came up, and I was like, okay, well,
okay, but surely you need to get more than 21, the number 21, right?
Yeah. Well, it depends how many numbers you play, but normally you play like 10.
Do you reckon they're brainwashing you?
Possibly.
By putting up one concurrent number that always comes up, so people go, 21 always comes up. I've noticed, because people sit there and watch that shit. They eat their palmies. They're on their 3rd one for the day. They're like, 21 on you, motherfucker, you're up there again. 10 Keno tickets, please. Quick, 10 Keno tickets. It's like, I'm sure, I just stuff my glasses. Do you know what? Glasses, I'm still adjusting. I still go to scratch my eye and then go, boop, and just completely smudge my glasses.
How long have you had glasses for?
They're not even for seeing like vision. Well, they're just computer glasses. So they block like the blue light, and they help you get less headaches and stop your eyes going. Yeah, so I could take them off at any point. I just don't want to, all right? But yeah, they're not because my eyes are blurry. Although I'm sure.
Yeah, and it is a Palmer, by the way, not Palmy. Just FYI,
thank you for coming on the podcast. Bronkyy. It's been absolutely fantastic. Bronkyy, I'm not even going to let you.
But everyone in the chat agrees.
Well, that's all we have time for today. That's all we have time for. So imagine though if I hit that leave call button and I was like, I actually just ended it.
I would have low key been sad.
No, I would have been satisfied with my decision, but I won't do it, and I'll let it slide for today. Can we if anyone listening to this or watching this on YouTube, put your answer below actually what Straws is saying. Okay, don't know about that. Draws always comments, so he's gonna make sure you answer Palmy, or your comment will mysteriously get deleted by YouTube. Definitely not by me.
Mysteriously.
Just mysteriously get deleted. I should ban it I should ban the word Palmer in my chat. I'm gonna do that. I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just banned it.
You should have just banned it. Oh, and everyone's like, why can't you type it?
Yeah, but it gets them like a 1 hour timeout or something like that. That would be so good if they write in my chat. It's a naughty word. Yeah, goodness. But so that dad, the drug dealer, whatever he does, buying his kid the PC. That clip. Oh my, I don't know how the fuck we got on the
I was like, wait, drug dealer dad, what?
Drug dealer dad, we were talking about an hour ago. But that clip was insane though. I don't know, something about that. I just think, I don't know. I saw you retweet it as well, and I just saw it going around. I just thought, the world needs more of stuff like that. But then I'm sure if I was a kid seeing that, I'd be like, wow, my parents suck. You know what I mean? I'm sure there's kids that are like, why can't you be like that, mom and dad?
Then if a parent saw that, they're like, well, they don't have that money. They're like, I can't afford that. Like, how can I be a good parent?
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, if I was a parent and I'm struggling to get by and this dad's throwing it in me and my kid's face on Twitter, I'd be like, great. So it's almost like, do you reckon it's a little bit, I don't know. He posted up right, and he gave, I'm not trying to put a negative spin on this at all, because I thought it was a lovely clip.
I feel the same.
Is it a little bit showy, because he did it more than just for his kid?
And the fact that he went on about it's ninjas this and it's this and that, and I'm
over here we have T-Phil's keyboard. I don't know, I can't do his accent, but
it was good, but then you kind of were like, well, really?
Why did you not just save this for your home movies?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Everyone online does something for a reason. Yeah, you're doing it for a reason.
Otherwise, it'd stay on your phone.
Exactly.
You never post anything on the internet in hopes that no one will see it and react to it. Whenever you put something out there, you hope, like a motherfucking, like a clout chaser you are, or you clout chase out there. You hope that someone's gonna like the shit out of your content, and when they don't, oh my god, when they don't, it feels like the whole world's crashing down around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like when you do a bomb-ass tweet and you're just oh my god, it's gonna get so many likes, and then it gets one like, and you're like,
I have a bone to pick, not with you, but just with the universe. Right. Okay, I saw, I can't remember who it was, but some guy had hundreds of thousands of followers on Twitter. He literally just tweeted the word poop, P-O-O-P, and got so many thousands of retweets and likes and comments. People were like, oh, you're a hoot. I've seen people write some of the most amazing shit on Twitter and get literally no traction, nothing. And I get it, they don't have the people seeing, it's harder for them to be seen. But it's what does that say about us as people when we're literally, why are we liking someone? Why'd you like that?
It's because you want to get noticed. You hope that they see your like and they go into your profile. That's exactly why.
It's you haven't liked a tweet like that anytime soon, have you?
I don't think so.
Good. It's pathetic.
But don't pull me up on it, because I may have.
Okay, well, don't worry. After the podcast, I always go through every single tweet that my guest has had, just in case.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah, just to double check that. Yeah.
Just
just double check everything, just make sure it's all on level.
Of course.
But yeah, I just think man, it's almost like you get to a stage where you have a mini cult. You could write anything and people just like, retweet. You could tell them to do anything and people at this point would do it. It's kind of scary that they have this power. Yeah. They wrote poop and people I get it. Poop, it's funny, random. But it kind of at the same point says a lot about us as a society and as just a human race, that if we if like we like that shit, but there's so much more substance, but it's because of the size of the person. It's because of the hierarchy that person has.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, my mindset is, if you like tweets, this is, people will say I'm wrong, and that's totally fine. It's free will. I reckon if you like tweets like that, you'll never make it. You'll never make it as someone big yourself, because you're always kind of seeing people that are bigger than you. You always see people, you're always like, this person's bigger, I must rate, like I must, you know what I mean? Like, you clearly can't envision yourself being in a point of power like that. I don't know, like, not power, but in a point of, what's the word for it? Like,
yeah, I get what you're saying.
Influence. Like influence.
I get it, yeah.
Like,
I wouldn't say I think they would be unsuccessful, but I think if they were to change their mental, like,
I think it's, maybe more, I probably didn't word it well, because I'm so bitter. So bitter about it. But it's like, the mindset. It's more the mindset. It's like, you're clearly at that point, you like that post, you're clearly out of touch with how the world should be. It's like, I know that, I like the fact that we have people that do have celebrity status and entertainers and all that. And I don't want some sort of communism world of entertainment, but it's just at a point where they're like tweeting that stuff out and it kills it. I wish there was just a bit more like, I mean, if I was at that point, would I tweet out the word poop? I mean, I was going to do hashtag stiffy on my Twitter, but that's more a thing between, that's the inside joke. Maybe that was an inside joke.
Maybe,
But at the same time, I don't have the clout. So I'll put out hashtag stiffy and it'll probably get like 1 like and no retweets. You know what I mean?
It's hard. Twitter's hard. I'm still trying to work it out, to be honest.
Twitter's an interesting beast. I love it. I've gotten deep on it. One thing I've delved in on Twitter is the Moments tab. I don't know if do you use Twitter mostly on PC or phone? I dip between the both, but I'm usually
both.
Because I always 24/7 now, it's up on my computer, which is dangerous, but I'm just refreshing that like crazy. Like I'm addicted at this point. Draws and that 1 like will be mine. Hey, that's it. Draws are my biggest fan. I love him, dude. Draws supports the shit out of me. I don't know why at this point. I don't know why. Yeah, but the Moments tab where it shows you all like the latest news and stuff, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
And Coachella's been on like I think they do it like 2 weeks. So I don't know. You know Coachella, the big music,
the
like, festival thing. Yeah. And Kanye West did like a Sunday morning session for Easter Sunday, right? Which is so weird. It was like they made it. I don't know if the dude's Christian or what, because he's very like, Jesus.
I don't think anyone knows.
Like, yeah. So he did this thing on like like it was always kind of cultish. Like he was up on this like grass hill, and there's like all these people wearing like pink kind of cult robes almost.
Isn't that like his fashion brand though? It's like those weird.
Well,
like...
I'm glad you brought up fashion, because get this, he was selling a bit of merch. And I wish I'm going to change how to do this podcast, right? Because I want to have it so I can switch to like scenes where like my guests can see examples, so I can show like videos and stuff.
Oh,
and,
right,
like, pictures and stuff, so it's not just me explaining it. But I got to figure out how to do that because I'm a bit slow. But anyway, but he was selling merch, and I wrote the prices here. He was selling socks for $50. He was selling hoodies for $225. And not only were they expensive, but they were the most uninspired piece of merch. But people were wearing it.
People will buy that shit.
But they were so like, people were saying on Twitter, if you're going to price your merch that high, at least put some inspiration behind it. It literally said like, I think it was like, it just said like a Sunday service on the hill or something. I don't know, something like that. It was very like... It was so basic, like really just a bit of text in a circle. The socks were a bit corny. Someone on Twitter I saw was like, "That's a great idea." The socks, one of them said Jesus, and the other one said Walks. You know that song, Jesus Walks.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's a little bit corny. Putting them on socks. Jesus Walks on socks. I get it."
For like $50.
$50, and that's American. So what's that like? Probably like $75 here for a pair.
It's like at least.
And you only get 2 socks, 1 for each feet. It's not like you get a pack of socks. I struggle to spend like $3 on a pack of socks from Woolies or something.
Oh my God,
I mean?
same.
Like I'm like, I need these, but at the same time, $3 is a lot of money. Like it's I walk around with holes in my socks all the time. These motherfuckers are buying 75.
I shop at like Kmart, just getting like these for like $2.
I used to buy Bonds, and I've stepped it down. I get Alpha, I think is the brand now.
I don't even know what
I'm like, Bonds, fuck that shit. They're like $20 now for a pair of underwear. Like just one pair of underwear. I'm like,
yeah, I get like brandless stuff.
Oh, I'm all about it now. And you know what? I actually find them more comfortable, which is so weird because they're all probably made in the same places, if not. But it's just like the brand. It's if you have the name, and that's the thing. Kanye has the name, and people were buying this merch that if I put out, like even my most loyal viewers would be like, Matt, are you fucking crazy? I'm buying your $50 socks. Are you out of here? Like, how insane is it? Rich get richer, huh? Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, that's a lot of money.
Insane.
Like,
but it's Kanye West. Like, people are gonna literally could put out a rag for $100 and people would buy it.
Okay, so here's the moment. If you had the clout power, if you had enough clout tokens at this point saved up in the clout bank,
yes.
What would you feel? Would you ever just try and throw something out there just to see if someone's going to fuck with it? Like, it's like Max Mofo, a popular YouTuber. Yeah. He put out like an he I think deemed it as like an unwearable piece of merch. It was a shirt that literally just went on forever. And it just had it just had a screenshot of all his thumbnails. Like if you go to your like video page on YouTube, it's got all the thumbnails. It was literally that just covering a shirt, but it just went for miles. It was like cut in weird ways so you could barely wear it. And he just put that out to see who would buy it, and people, I think it sold out.
Oh my god!
Yeah, because people are like, this is so weird, and like it's a piece of history. Yeah, I guess. Like, would you ever do that if you had like the pool? Like, say you have 1 million followers on everything. Would you feel inclined to like?
See, for me, I feel like I probably, in my mental state right now, if I was in that position, I probably wouldn't, just because I would want, my viewers or whatever to, I would feel dirty by it. I'd want them to get something that's quality.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't have that much clout. I don't have that much followers, so maybe Bronkyy, it changes.
Look, Bronkyy, you're dodging the question here. Would you or would you not scam your viewers? All right, just get to the. You wouldn't really. No.
But then again, like what I'm trying to say is like I don't know. Like if I had lots of followers, then maybe I would.
I think I'd do it once. I think I'd do it once for the meme. I'd have to. I'd put something out that was just so shit, and I'd price it really fucking high just to see who the idiots are in my community. And now people are like, I'm going to have to remember that. Matt ever puts out some really exclusive merch that looks a little bit weird. Yeah. Clout tier goes like this. Wait, what do you mean? Yeah, I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy. It's the same as Supreme. Like Supreme puts out very limited qualities of clothing, but they're really basic. Some of them trash. People, The Rock, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I just saw that and I thought, that's some weird shit. Twitter brings up some interesting stuff. And I just could not go past that. My brain's just been dwelling on it. That, wow, I could, if I was that popular, I could sell. Imagine selling one pair of 50 socks now. You'd be like, $50.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Not even my mum would buy that.
Oh, like the thing is though, it's like, okay, here's the final thing on this. What's the thought on people that buy that? I know it's like, oh, let them just do their thing. Let them buy their merch and be happy. I get it. They're able to buy their merch. We're not haters. But like, is there something like to be said about that in a way? When they're buying merch, socks for $50, is it a little bit, do you reckon Kanye's laughing at them a little bit at that point? Do you reckon it's a little bit, do you reckon he honestly goes, wow, thank goodness for these people that buy my merch? Or do you reckon he's a little bit like, suckers? Like, has to a little bit, right? I mean, to know that he priced it that high.
I think some people might even do it for the meme, like
that's an expensive meme.
Well, some people might, and then I think some people probably just do it just to support them, just because, I don't know, it's like you're brainwashed in a way. You're literally brainwashed.
Must support Kanye, doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like the rich have this. It's a weird power. As you get bigger, you have this weird power where you can sell things for more, even though you already have so much. It's like when you're small, you can't sell stuff for, you couldn't sell your merch, like you couldn't sell a hoodie for like over $200. No one would buy it.
No.
Whereas the money could really support you and help you a lot. But when you get bigger, like say 1 million followers are saying, You can sell a hoodie for $200 and it will sell out in like a day.
Yeah, and you don't even need that money because you're already so rich.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the world is fucking crazy who we support.
It's literally brainwashed.
It is. It's like and that's why I will never do it. Look, I'm sure at times I've bought brands where I've just completely, you know, been just consumed by the hype surrounding or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you have to sit back and think like, surely I need to just protect my, what's the word? Protect my fucking my dignity? Is that the one? Like try not to, I don't know. It's like,
yeah.
I think I would struggle with the fact that I went down that route of just, yeah, I think it's just a point where you have to sit back and go, why am I supporting this guy in this way?
I'm going to a Blackpink concert, for instance, in June,
okay.
I literally went online and spent $20 on a hoodie to go, not from their official merch store at all, because I was like, I want to I want to be in their spirit and like be like, woo, Blackpink, but like I don't want to spend $200 on a hoodie.
What if you know how like some cinemas don't let you bring outside food into the thing?
Yeah.
Imagine if you rock up the gate and they're like ticket, you're like, yep. And they're like,
that's not official.
And they're like, beer, put their little like light up stick in front of you. And they're like, hold on a minute. Yeah, you're going to take that off. You're going to burn that in the fake merch burning pit.
I hope not. Oh my God.
Imagine. You're like, this is $20. It's, so I'm glad you brought this up. What the fuck is with Blackpink?
What do you mean? They're amazing.
They got like the, what was it? They were the quickest to get to 1 million? Or something on YouTube?
Oh, yeah. I think it was the quickest, I don't know, something like that. So, they had a lot of views.
I think they took out Psy with Gangnam Style. Is that the fucking song?
Yeah.
Is it like, look, I listened to the song. I watched the video.
It's K-pop. It's not everyone's going to love it.
Hey, I like myself a bit of K-pop. Don't let the appearance fool you, baby. But I love me a little bit of K-pop. Bit of J-pop, bit of A-pop, bit of Z-pop. I don't know. I like all the pops. But I watched it and I was like, really? Like, this is the thing. Like, look, I'm talking to a Blackpink fan, obviously. Yeah. But I want you to shed a tiny bit of light because there's been so much amazing content released on YouTube. And the song was good, but was that song really a standout? This is like, do you think it was worthy of it? From a Blackpink fan?
For me, I feel like it was because to me, when I look at Blackpink, I see 4 women who are like really powerful. And to me, it's like a girl power, like, fuck yeah, like the song is Kill This Love. Like, it's like, you know, we don't need guys. Like, we can fucking do it ourselves. And I love...
We'll shave myself out. No, I get
like no, not like that, but like yeah. And I just think like if you watch the music video, it's epic as fuck.
You know
there's
what?
so much stuff going on.
The music video was very exciting and stimulating to the mind. I agree.
Yeah, you're never like bored.
I do agree with you on that. I didn't think of it that way. My sexist brain just didn't even think about the empowerment part.
Well, but I do agree. The thing is, like, I'm not like a feminist, but like I do feel like it's very like it makes me just feel like oh fuck yeah, like right. I don't know. I
agree in that way. I'm sure a lot of people saw it in that way. I just feel like the song just wasn't as catchy as some other ones. I don't know. It just kind of like I watched it.
It's all over the place.
I just didn't feel like I felt the need to come back to it. And I love good music. I don't know. I was just very
and that's the thing, like it comes down to taste.
Old dude, all right.
It comes down to like personal preference and taste on music because not everyone's gonna like the same type of music.
Well, I happen to like that genre, that style. Even that, just I do like. I just found that just for me, it wasn't catchy. It just didn't really get me in the old catch hole there. And I was a bit like, okay. So I don't know. I just thought it was weird, but I'm glad you've shed some light on why it blew up. See, Mustafa said the fastest views in 24 hours.
And because they already had such a fan base, I would say, that because they were so popular.
I'm showing my age. I did not know who they were before that. That's why to me it was so shocking. I'm like, Black who?
Yeah.
Like milk?
I guess if you've never heard...
What are they called?
Blackpink.
Blackpink. I call them Black Milk. That's a clothing company, I think. Don't get those two mixed up. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna have to listen to some of that other stuff. And
it's like they're also really different as well, because if you look at a lot of K-pop girl groups, there's like 10 members. There's like a lot of members.
Yeah.
Whereas in this one, it's just 4, and they're just like, I don't know. It's just they're really likable too. It's just like a lot of positives about them. It's kind of hard to hate them.
Do you reckon that's all just what they show you, or do you reckon they're real assholes on the behind the camera set off? I don't know. I'm just trying to throw the devil's advocate. No, I'm sure they're very lovely. I don't know. That's the thing. Do we like they could be anyone?
Yeah, I guess also the I don't know, because
not that I'm trying to throw Blackpink.
I know.
That's why I'm just curious.
You're just trying to create like discussion over it. But I think
I'm actually literally curious. I actually am, because I saw the clip and I haven't talked to anyone about it. But I was actually like genuinely like, oh, I wonder why this is blowing up so much.
Yeah.
So continue.
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously Australia is very different to like South Korea in terms of how women act, right?
Yeah.
So like women over there are very like timid and like like I don't really even know how to describe how they are, but like that's like how I look at it.
So they're breaking like a kind of conventional like stereotype of
not even like that, but just like I don't know how to describe it.
No, I
but
do kind of
basically,
get what you mean, though.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
I don't know how to describe it.
I like it. And look, the song was good. I actually did enjoy the song. I'm not, like, it makes it sound like I didn't enjoy it. Like, I actually did enjoy the song. It just didn't have like any replayability. So that's why I was like, for me, I just kind of was like, oh well, like, you know, there was a band called or a girl group. I don't know if they were J-pop or K-pop. Perfume. Have you heard of them?
No, I haven't.
Like, I love their shit. Like, they had some bangers. But they never got the fastest climb to, most amount of views in 24 hours. But, I love their music, and they were very similar. All girl K-pop, there was only 3 of them. But to me, that their stuff was like on point. And it was catchy. I listened to it over and over. So that's why I'm just kind of like, why is this band setting itself apart? But hey, I don't know, maybe we'll give it a few more listens and see. Well, I enjoy the concert though.
Yeah, no, I will. And they have a bunch of like older songs as well that I think are probably more catchy.
Apparently they performed at Coachella, so on point there.
Yeah, they did.
There you go, bringing it full circle. Well, Bronkyy, I've kept you bloody here long enough. Thank you for going on the podcast. But
of course.
God, I gotta find a new word for this. Do you want to plug yourself? I swear I haven't thought of any other way to say it yet.
I mean, I don't really know how else you could say it. Or you could say, do you want to shout yourself out?
Oh my God, that makes so much more sense.
Probably it sounds better than plug.
Yeah, plug yourself just had. I don't know. I can't think of what that could mean, but I just feel like it's saying about it sounds wrong. So would you like to tell everyone where they can find you?
Yeah, well, I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Bronkyy with 2 Y's.
Hell yeah, you do.
And then I guess my Twitter is at itsBronkyy with 2 Y's. Absolutely. Everything is just 2 Y's. So
I think you left something out.
What?
The most important part. I'm so sorry, Bags and the other guy.
Yeah, but we haven't done any content on there, so it's kind of like, do I really want to shout it out?
Yeah, of course you do. Oh, absolutely. Obrags on Twitch.
Yeah, we have
Twitch.tv/Obrags, I believe it is.
Yeah, we have a Twitch and a YouTube. It's twitch.tv/Obrags with a Z.
With a Z. Don't get it mistaken.
There's and the same on YouTube.
There's going to be a hell of a lot of content coming up on that channel.
Yes, there will be.
It's going to be the next Ninja. But Ninja divided into 3 different people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great. I believe there'll be more content. But Bronkyy, thank you so much for coming on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. It was lots of fun. Yeah. I was really nervous at first.
And the nerves went away, I hope.
Yeah, no, they did.
Oh, good stuff. Well, I'm glad. I'll have to have you on again at some point if you can.
Oh,
if you
yeah,
want to come on for a, I'm sure I'll get to a point where I'm desperately like, well, not desperately. That sounds like I'm just like, hey, quick, help me. Quick, I need your help. Just on my knees, please. No, but I'm sure I'll get to a point where, I'm starting to get other people back on. That's kind of the plan. So, if you want to come back on another time, it'd be an absolute pleasure.
Everyone,
for sure. Bronkyy. Thank you so much. Yay! I still need to have a clap again at the end. I need to get that clap thing.
I'm like, do I clap? Or...
Yeah, just clap.
We'll just clap it out.
Clap. Yeah, I always feel like a bit alone when the guest don't clap with me. I feel a bit.
Yeah, it's alright. I'll clap with you.
All right, that's good. Thank you. All right, good. We'll clap each other. Bronkyy, take care. Thank you so much.
You too.
I'll catch you in your stream. Like everyone else should.
For sure.
Make sure you go and follow and all the good stuff.
One of these.
Oh yes, end it with one of these. Oh, that looks weird because it looks like I'm trying to make a mask for my eyes. Like, hello. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. My fingers just do not.
Why? Your thumb is like down. I don't know how you're doing it.
Where's your thumb go? I feel like my old man arthritis is setting in.
Like your thumb's like that.
I'm gonna, yeah, like it's like one's like up and one's down. I don't know. It's like the concentration. Yeah, it's not working. So I'll practice. Next time I'll have it down pat. I'll be doing like these weird like hearts at like 3D. Yeah, I'll work it out. I'll be better next time.
You have to show me up next time.
Oh, I will train until that day out in like the rice field under a waterfall. I'll be under the waterfall just trying all my different combinations. Yeah, 100%. Bronkyy, take care. I'll catch you on the next one.
You too. See you later.
Bye. See ya.